one person liked your Aries Spears, Bobby Brown. I mean, a lot of people.
I need to get on TikTok.
Bro, I'm trying, man.
Listen, the TikTok thing, I've talked to my sisters about. They tell me to get on TikTok all the time. But the bottom line is I spend too much time on my phone. I don't need another reason to waste more of my day looking at my phone.
See me on the opposite. I'm not on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
I don't need an excuse to get on it. Like, I'm already having an issue answering my inbox on Instagram.
Yeah.
So
And at least
why
one of us
add
has to be
another thing?
chronically on
Yeah.
Like, if I add another thing, then my Instagram following is going to suffer. And I know most of the people on my Instagram who
that's
message me, at least, you know? So it's like, I feel bad not answering them even longer than it already takes me weeks to answer some people.
Yeah.
But they know I'm going to get to them. If I start going to TikTok and then talking to people there, then I'm fucked, man.
It's
I am so
TikTok.
fucked.
It's Twitter. I still see some really good shit on Facebook.
I have not
Facebook,
been on Facebook.
yo, Facebook is where the depressed memes are.
Yeah,
The people
that's
who
where
are,
I go.
the thing is, the people who are still on Facebook today have either gotten all of their shit together and they're fully adults, or then none of their shit is together. And so it's
There's
where
no
the
in
worlds
between.
collide. It's hilarious.
Oh shit,
Yeah, that is a good place to start.
that is a good place.
How about we
to
take these shots?
Yeah.
Do it.
I don't know if P wants to join.
I do. I was just looking at some more stuff.
Cheers.
Salute.
I love P. I'm just playing around, guys.
What was that?
That is Rumplemans.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was like,
Rumplemans. Bartender's mouthwash, because we're about to talk a lot of shit.
Oh, get that bell.
Ding.
Come on.
Right next to you.
oh, you know that?
He's not even ready.
I didn't know the bell was here.
The bell is always there.
Now I feel like I'm in Christmas. This feels great.
Well,
Nice.
I like Rip.
tis the season and tis the spirit or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
Wow, that just
Anyways,
crumpled.
welcome back everyone to another episode of the podcast. We pull back the curtain, give you some insight on what goes on behind the scenes of every restaurant. I like to call that the industry perspective.
I like it better
That
with
is
it
nice.
over there, actually. Sound comes out a bit more. Yeah, I like that.
You don't have any like bing, 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 all that extra shit.
We're here.
Now you gotta get that Lil Kim. You in the hood now, baby.
Mike.
You in the hood now, baby. You seen that one?
Oh, shit.
I've
That
not.
Old Navy commercial.
I have not.
I would always want, if I had a podcast, I would want the "You in the hood now, baby."
Oh God.
It's
I like that. What's up, motherfuckers?
what's up, motherfuckers?
Huzzah, bitches.
I want you to do that second intro thing you were gonna do.
Ah, man, we did that like one time, and then I forgot
I
about
always thought about it, but then
Yeah.
it
No,
just
you
kept
were-
on rolling.
You were telling about it earlier this weekend, Saturday. I don't fucking know. You were like, oh, I'm gonna do this
it. Yeah, I
after
already
you do yours.
forgot.
Damn, you didn't even
Yeah.
write it down.
Nah, man, I forgot all about that. I forgot all
I
about
kind
it.
of was looking forward to it, but I guess not.
All right. Well, Rob, intro our guest
Well,
today.
welcome to another holiday special with the. I just feel like when I'm holding a mug like this, it's
Yeah,
like
you are.
welcome to the
It's like
campfire.
welcome to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
You know what I mean? We have a lovely guest over here, Tamir.
How's it going, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
We work together. We could say this Gulp.
Oh,
We were coworkers at Gulp, which no longer exists except for in Playa Vista. Right.
it's still open.
The Playa Vista store is still open. However, we worked at the downtown location while it was open. Closed at the beginning, like literally March 15th. They were like, come get this shit because we're closing down. And basically we were able to all come in and just get all the food that was going to spoil. And then within 2 weeks, they sold it back to the 7th and Fig like establishment. And then they turned it into a Sephora. So yeah,
It's something now.
it's a Sephora.
It's still Sephora.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, it definitely wasn't going to make any money as a restaurant bar.
No,
That
it-
place was so confusing.
It had a lot going
It
on.
had so much
It
going
had
on.
36 taps. It had a full sushi bar. It had a full hot kitchen.
American food, sushi,
Yeah.
nachos, 36 beers, and most of the taps didn't work.
Yeah, they
I
were always
remember
really
that. I would
foamy.
pour up to the equivalent of 6 beers into a bucket in foam before I could finally get a pint out.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yo, it was so bad.
It was
Had that
rough
happen
going.
that
Yeah,
way.
and then I would have customers give me attitude because their beers are taking too long to come out, and I'm like, "What do you want me to do?
You
The
can-
tap system
you
is
mean-
too cold. Like,
You could see
it's
me
not cold
working
enough. I
it.
think that was the
Not
problem.
cold enough.
I
Yeah.
think it has to be 43 degrees
Yeah, around
Sounds
there.
right.
something around there,
Around
Yeah.
and it was not.
Yeah.
By the time it went from the fridge to the tap, it had gotten too hot.
Yeah. It was pretty bad. And then like were you there when we opened or did you
I was there when we opened. I
Yeah.
was not there when we closed.
Okay.
Because I got tired of my paychecks bouncing.
Yeah. So that was a consistent
That was
thing.
a consistent thing where the paychecks would bounce and
Yeah.
the owner would always be in like Hawaii or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he always brushed it off like, oh, what's the big deal? I'll just write them another check.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole, bro. I'm like,
It was pretty
I
bad.
live paycheck to paycheck. I don't want to sit around and wait for you to give me a new paycheck and pay my overdraft fee and maybe this one goes through.
Yeah,
Right.
no, it was problematic. And then so when we opened, because we had a full sushi bar, they made us learn all 30 sushis in the Japanese, like their Japanese translation. And then we had to take this test. And as soon as we opened, the owner came in. Mind you, the owner was there during the 2-week training, saw the entire menu, was tasting the food with us. We opened, and then he came in and it's like, it's not enough Asian food on the menu, and revamped the entire menu week 1. So all the people that just came in from like the businesses around downtown just to see like, oh, what is this about? Like, oh, is it cool? Mind you, it took like 45 minutes on food, which was not good for lunch during downtown businesses. But like they liked the food. They had determined like, oh, okay, this is my favorite. This is what I like. He just revamped the entire menu week 1. And then so everything we spent 2 weeks learning went
was
out the
completely
fucking
useless.
Yeah, it just went out the
The
fucking
one
window.
thing that I will say is before I started working at Gulp, I wasn't really a big fan of sushi because I didn't like cold fish. And then I started getting into it. Now I just like sashimi. Just
Yeah.
give me the fucking raw eel.
So
I
it
don't
turned you
play.
on. Wait, where are you originally from?
What?
Where are you originally from?
Long Beach.
Long Beach. Oh, okay.
so-
I thought you maybe East Coast. A lot of East Coast people do not like cold, uncooked fish just because we don't have it fresh. But
Yeah,
Coming
I mean,
from-
I think it's also a cultural thing because my family's North African, some Sudanese and Egyptian.
Okay.
And almost everything, it's grilled meats.
Okay,
Like a
bet.
lot of like heavier food.
Okay.
So I never really, like, my parents were never really like, oh, let's go get sushi.
Yeah.
So I never really got into it. And then someone was like, have a California roll. And I'm like, this is ass.
yeah, yeah,
So I just determined that all sushi was ass. And then I started getting good sushi and getting rolls. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is,
I could do this.
I could rock with this.
Yeah,
And now I'm just eating straight sashimi.
bet.
Yeah.
Bet. Well, what got you into the service industry?
Acting. Just like 90% of the people in LA, except I grew up in LA, so I should have known better. But I didn't.
Okay.
I got into the service industry in City College. I was at Long Beach City studying theater, and I got a job at a restaurant in Artesia, which is no longer exists.
Isn't Artesia really far from Long Beach?
Nah, just take one bus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Or it's like it's like 20 minutes.
Okay, bet. Sorry for the inside SoCal talk there, but
Yes.
Even
we're
I
gonna-
didn't know what
Wait
they were
until we start talking about the freeways and the intersections and how a dude from Inglewood sounds different from a dude from Compton. I will explain that later.
okay.
But I started in the service industry. It was a little Italian restaurant. I was a dishwasher and a busser, and then they moved me up to prep cook. And it looked like I was gonna start going into back of house. And then I got cast in a play. So I told my boss I needed 2 weeks off. And I told him that. And he like kind of chuckled, gave me this like wise ass smile. And I was just like, that's kind of weird. I've been really loyal to you for the past couple of months, but okay. Came back, he'd replaced me with 3 other people.
Wow.
Damn.
That's how fucking valuable I was. You needed 3 people. You couldn't let me have 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I started in the service industry.
But also, did he tell you could have it?
Nope.
Oh, you just like
I just told him I need these 2 weeks off because I'm doing a play,
Right.
and he was like, "Okay," and he just laughed about it. And then I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna
That's
come back
ominous.
in 2 weeks and get my paycheck and hopefully be back on the schedule." Nah,
damn.
here's your money. Fuck off.
God
Like,
damn. Shit.
so that's
We're just a number.
oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, and the thing is, this was like one of my first jobs. So I was like, yeah, you work hard, you do what you're told, and they'll recognize that, and your loyalty gets rewarded. Nope.
Shit.
Nope.
Damn. Well, where'd you go from there?
I mean, what age? What age was that though?
I'm in city. So I was like 19.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like
Okay.
19. So I was like, I couldn't even legally drink. So I was just working as much as I could because I was living in Long Beach.
Gotcha.
Some art houses, crazy times. I'm living with like 3 sculptors and painters from Cal State Long Beach. The house is crazy. There's no TV in the house. There's no internet. There's art pieces all over the place. There's an upside down chair on the ceiling facing the corner. They called that the timeout chair. When I first moved in, they had a giant green
you hang
paper
from it?
mache
What the fuck?
crack pipe.
Yeah.
What?
Where you hang from the chair? The
No,
chair's
okay, so,
on the ceiling and you go to timeout.
That's the joke.
I'm
So,
in timeout.
so one of the artists, Eamon, was really into ceiling art for a while. That was his thing. He was really into ceiling art. So we had a giant green paper mache crack pipe hanging from the ceiling, and then we had the chair upside down on the ceiling, and then they'd also stolen a bust of Ronald Reagan from the Science Center that just like was in the house.
Oh,
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's very artistic.
shout out to Cal State Long Beach.
Shout out to Cal State Long Beach and the crazy shit that y'all just allow to to happen.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
So I did that. After that, I didn't go back to the service industry until after I graduated UCSD.
Okay.
I came back to LA. I was doing an internship at the Los Angeles Theater Center.
Okay.
I worked for Roby Theater Company. It's
Okay.
owned by Danny Glover.
Bet.
Yeah, so I know Danny. He's cool as fuck. He's chill as fuck.
Yeah.
But like, I worked there for the internship. But the artistic director Ben Guillory was like, "Hey, this is an arts. We're in the arts. Can pay you minimum wage if you want to be a stage manager, and if you want to be an office assistant."
Yeah.
And then I started doing some numbers, and I'm like, "This ain't enough money.
That's 2 jobs
That's 2 jobs."
with 1 paycheck.
That's
Yeah.
2 jobs with 1 paycheck.
That
And
might
then
be-
he
It's
was
still
like,
not enough.
"Oh yeah," and then he was just like, "Oh yeah," and then just Uber in your free time so that you can make more money. And I'm like,
he gave you some suggestions on what your second job should be.
yeah, which as if the 2 jobs that I was gonna do for him weren't gonna happen. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this because I actually want to be an actor, and it feels like I'm gonna spend all my time here, and I'll
Yeah.
never get to audition for anything. Cool.
Yeah.
So I got a job at a certain place located downstairs that is no longer in existence.
Oh, public school.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. It's no
There
longer.
you say it.
Yeah,
So
we
we
can say
can
it.
It's a-
It's no, there still exists. There's one in Culver City.
Oh,
Yeah, but this
there's
one
other-
doesn't.
Yeah,
This
this
one
they
doesn't. The
closed,
one in
yeah.
downtown.
They closed out.
This was actually
School is closed.
This was like the first place that like I kind of got to move up. I would say.
Yeah.
Public school, I got a job as a host, and
You as a host is funny.
I know, I know,
You as a host.
because the hosts are supposed to be so friendly and nice, and
You
I
as a host
literally
is
look
funny.
at customers when they walk in and judge them immediately, and it's kind of like it's so bad. Yeah, it's so much better as a bartender.
Meet Petty
now.
P.
Yeah.
That's some shit I would do. For
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. Well, the thing is, I needed a job,
Yeah.
and my homegirl was a server there, and so she was just like, "Yeah, you want to be a host?" And I'm like, "Sure," but so I'm up front, but most of the time I'm like, "This is boring. I'm gonna start bussing tables." Oh
Wait, you just voluntarily started?
no, so I realized that the servers will tip you out more if you help them out more. Not
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
servers, because some of y'all be fucking greedy.
Yeah.
Like,
fair.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
I'm not gonna say your name, girl, but every single day you tipped me $2 when I knew damn well how much you were really making and how much I was owed and how much I was bussing for you.
Yo, how long have you been holding on to this pay? Because it sounds really deep.
Oh, it's deep.
He's been waiting to come up here to say it.
Oh yeah. The second from Art Beyond the Glass when he said, "Oh, talk to us about the service industry," I'm like, "Ooh,
Ooh, this bitch is gonna get
this
it.
bitch is gonna get it."
This bitch from public school.
This bitch from public school back
15
in
years ago?
2015.
Oh, my God.
You think I ain't got your number? Oh, I'm petty. In case y'all didn't know, most people in this industry are petty, resentful, and hold on to shit.
I think I am not.
Rob, you might be the exception.
Rob, I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
there's a
You
little
for
bit.
sure might be.
There's definitely some
a-
things that you hold on.
No. I do hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little petty. Yeah.
Especially if like the customers that stiff me, I remember what you look like. And when you come back a second time, I remember. I hope you know that.
That's fair.
You're gonna get shitty service and underpoured. There's a reason for it.
We don't condone that.
We don't
However,
condone underpouring.
it
Not
happens.
the underpouring.
Yeah.
The industry, the industry perspective does not support the views of Tamir.
This is not what we support. However, it does happen.
But like,
does happen.
but like slower service, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Oh,
Slow
yeah.
service for sure.
Yeah.
You're definitely not gonna get jumped ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
Nah.
no.
And I'm not gonna, as you usually say, help you out if like you're on a date or something like that.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, because like we could potentially.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
bro, if I like you, if you're not a douchebag, if you tip well, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna make you look good. I'm gonna make sure that your girl gets a good tasting drink that she enjoys. I'm gonna take care of it. But if you're on a date and you stiff me on the first tab, don't think that if you come back again, you're gonna get anything special.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna roll my eyes when you ask for water. I'm gonna underpour your Long Island iced tea. Because I already know I'm not getting a tip. You've already established that you're a shitty tipper. You don't get good service now.
yeah.
Once again, the industry perspective does not support the views of
This is
Tamir.
not true sport. However, you choose your own fate in these situations, and we.
But
can,
we have also said you get what you pay for.
yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if you're not going to pay for the service, then you're not going to get the service, period.
Yeah.
If you want bottom of the line service, because that's what you want to pay for, then we will be happy to provide that for you while we give excellent service to the person who tips every time they come in. And we will let you know when we go from them with a smile to you with whatever it is we decide to give.
What do you want?
Yeah.
It goes from "What's up, bro?
It is you.
How you been? Nice to see you. How's your mom?" versus "Fuck do you want?" Like, I'm not gonna go that far
But you can
usually,
say it without saying
but I
it.
can
Yeah.
say some things without saying it. I'll just look right at you and point.
Yeah.
Like you.
Service industry is the one place where we all get to treat customers the way a woman treats her partner when she's upset with them. Like,
Go
with,
on.
with that
Yeah.
cold shoulder mentality.
You know,
Oh,
except
yeah.
I don't get the
Like, oh,
option
like,
to
oh, I
ignore
can
your
smile.
text for 3 hours.
Yeah, like you be smiling all over here, talking to your friends, talking to the other customers, and this and that. And it's like, all right, you can say what do you want, or you can just be like, so what
Yes.
can I get for you?
Yeah.
But
Oh man,
That's my
anytime I've
favorite.
been in trouble with
Yo,
anyone I'm
that's
dating
my favorite.
or something like that, like
Yeah.
I know that feeling. So
Yes.
I know how to give that to a customer that's not tipping.
Yeah.
Like I will, in front of everyone, let everyone know how disappointed I
And
am.
also, you should just be ashamed of yourself, bro. First of all,
Yeah.
I don't know if the tips thing is true, the to ensure proper service, because ensure is with an E, not I. So I don't think that's really true, but it is. At the end of the day, a tip is to ensure proper service.
Yeah. Well, it comes after, but yes, if you do that, then you know you can come back and most likely get good service. Because that's what I love about a cash bar.
Never thought about that.
If I go to like a wedding and it's a cash bar, or even like other bars, whatever, like the first round, you're gonna tip them fat, like a good like 10, 15, so they know like this is where you're at. This
Yeah,
is the
this
kind
guy
of,
is cool. If it comes
Yeah.
back, I'm not gonna push him
Yeah.
off to the side.
right. And like usually you get taken care of. It's a very easy way to just get taken care of for the entire night.
it's also like, bro, if you are at an open and bar event, tip.
yeah.
If somebody, if like one of the owners or managers just like, this drink is on me, tip.
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And don't tip on the discounted price. Tip on what the original
yeah, tip on the
price is.
original price.
Yeah.
Oh god.
That's
Some of
what
y'all-
we were. That's what we were doing at the Tito's Halloween party. We just took I just took a bunch of cash and just.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I
literally,
forgot about that.
I
Yeah,
always,
that's exactly
I
what we did.
always carry cash.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was like a regular thing that like a lot of bartenders go and visit other bartenders at their jobs, and it's like $100 that just
Like-
kind of cycles
that's you said
between
that before.
everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
Recycle the same money.
Yeah.
It's just-
Yeah.
literally,
comes
like,
between us.
dude, when I worked at public school, I would go on my lunch break, go across the street to the bar where the homie worked at.
Was that Limericks?
No, it wasn't Limericks at the time, but it wasn't that bar. I went to the other one, 6th Street Tavern.
Okay.
I think it's closed down. It was
Okay.
right next door to the library bar.
Okay. Yeah.
The homie worked there. And so I would go on my lunch break because I had a system. I would order my food ahead of time and I would smash it in the walk-in or like over a trash can before my lunch break. And then I would run across the street, go to his bar, bitch and moan about whatever I'm complaining about at public school.
You bitch and moan? No.
Never. I can only bitch and moan here. But then I would leave, I would go back to work, and then he would be on his lunch break and come back and do the exact same thing. And that tip money just goes back and forth.
Yeah.
It cycles.
Well, wait a minute. Speaking about cash, you used to also work in afters, which I'm intrigued about.
Okay.
Because that just sounds like a wild.
After bartending,
Dude,
Yeah.
after, okay.
Well, first, how did you get into it, if you can legally say?
After, so when I was doing it and it was semi-legal,
Okay.
I did it from a homie I
You
knew
need to
from
sip
university.
before you talk about it.
Yeah, I know. Let me hang on.
Oh, God.
Hey, y'all ain't come on this pod because I wasn't gonna talk shit, all right? Listen. So I had a homie from college. He knew I was a bartender, hit me up, and he was just like, "Hey, bro, do you have any bartenders that are interested in working afters?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, me, because I'm not making a whole lot of money at this spot." And then one of my other homies, and he was like, "Yeah, that's cool. Come in." When I tell you that I worked a regular night shift at Gulp at the time when I was there.
I remember that you were telling me about
then-
you were starting afters when we were at Gulp, I think.
Yep. And I would like clock off around midnight, and then I would go to the warehouse set up, and we would open at 1:30, and then I would work until 4:35 a.m.
Yeah.
Afters is crazy.
Yeah.
90% of your clientele are already wasted,
Yeah.
and that's if you're lucky. They're just alcohol wasted.
Yeah.
Like, the majority, like half the time, these guys are like, like,
Knocked out.
fuck it, they're sauced up. They're all doing blow publicly. Half of them are high on Molly. You see people making out in the corner. You don't even know what are you even doing, bro. You're like licking her eyeball. Like,
Yeah.
afters is fucking crazy.
But the money, though.
The money is great.
Because it's all cash, right?
It's all cash.
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, they did a lot of card sales.
They got digital now.
They got. Oh no! Afters today is all digital,
Bet.
and now it's suspect.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Now it's suspect. When afters went digital, I noticed a habit of a lot of places double charging, because afters, they don't give a fuck. They're gonna take your money.
What are you
So
gonna
not
do?
only are they gonna overcharge you for your single drink, they're gonna do it twice. And what are you gonna do? You're gonna complain to your bank? How do you explain to Capital One that I was at this bar at 6 a.m. getting a drink and they overcharged me?
Well, it doesn't say that you're at a bar. It says that you paid for a service somewhere else.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
usually
Like, how do you
It's
dispute
usually like
that? So I'm saying, how do you dispute that when
Can't.
you can't even remember the night?
Yeah.
You were licking eyeballs.
yeah, you're licking eyeballs.
You don't
Like,
know how many times. you
It's
swiped your
usually off
card.
of a Square account.
Yeah, like come on, man.
Crazy.
Now let's talk about when it got really illegal. The pandemic.
Hold on. Pandemic.
I feel like I need therapy, Bear.
The pandemic. Also known as the bandemic, bro. For
Pandemic.
me, pandemic. Oh, I was making so much fucking money during the pandemic, bro.
I remember.
Yeah. You remember?
Yeah.
Because now I wasn't just bartending after hours, I was running bar. I had liquor. I would approach these. Listen, they told you to stay home. These motherfuckers was not staying home.
I didn't think they were.
Nobody was staying home. At least I got vaccinated. These motherfuckers was outside, unvaccinated at these parties on a nightly basis, spending that government money.
Oh,
Wait, afters every night? That is
Afters
insane.
every night
Gotta
during
go
the
somewhere, gotta
pandemic.
do something.
Yeah.
Because I figured it out. I was like, oh, y'all are going to party anyways. Let me buy a table and a bunch of liquor. And I just approached these after hours owners and be like, hey, let me set up as a vendor. I'll give you $200. Let me sell my liquor. Your people are already here. They want a drink. You ain't got no bar system going on. Bands. The pandemic was crazy.
Word.
Bruh, I'm getting unemployment money already. I'm already flush. Now I'm doubling down with this illegal. It's like fucking prohibition.
allegedly.
Alleged. Oh, I was allegedly.
We really need to cover our bases here. Allegedly.
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 I don't recall after hours.
Okay.
I don't.
I was licking
all
eyeballs,
legend.
man.
I was licking eyeballs, bro.
It's purely for entertainment
Purely for
purposes.
entertainment
Like, these are
purposes.
just stories.
No one
I
is
was watching
indicting
Boardwalk.
themselves. No
Yo,
one is telling on
incriminating.
themselves.
The man
Nobody's
said
Yes.
he's an actor.
I was staying at
Fighter,
home.
too.
Yeah.
He's a
I
good
was
fighter.
staying at
Everybody
home.
was
I'm a great
going
What a
home.
life.
performance by this wonderful
For real.
actor.
Yes.
Bravo.
Yes.
You're
Nice
just telling
monologue,
us about
bro.
a script that you've been working on.
I've been
It's all
working on
good.
the script,
We
and I
know.
call it
We already
bands.
know what it is.
I'm
Band-
calling it bands to make the bandemic.
That was his monologue.
Patent pending.
There we go. Good
So
Lord.
that's the illegal side. Legal side. Not as fun because ain't nobody licking eyeballs at the restaurants.
Is that what we want?
For the content, yes.
Yeah.
We're doing it for the content. We're doing it for the fuck it. We do it live.
Tear it up.
Content over everything. Good Lord.
But I will say, club bartending is completely different than restaurant.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
I have actually steered clear of club bartending because I've been a little.
That's why you're still a good person.
Yeah.
That's why you're not broken on the inside.
Yeah, because
Why
like
you
I've just kind of like figured that I believe I can keep up with the pace of it, specifically because I know like it's not like a lot of like crazy cocktails. I can keep up with the pace of it, but like it just looks like it just looks too much for me. And like
It's a lot.
like
It's a lot. It's not for everybody.
I'm just like,
It's
you know what? Don't get me wrong. I have my crazy nights where like tickets are like going all the way to the floor, but I could deal with that on a Saturday night.
So I will say,
You get wine wasted.
This is one of my.
compared to us going out. And doing all
yeah.
Y'all doing all
Yeah,
this
man,
shit. Like,
that's
I am just
all I
like,
hear is like, I just got wine wasted on the couch. I had tickets. And
yeah. And you're just like,
Okay.
dog, I had
Fake.
lines.
I know.
Yeah.
Right? You don't know what it's
So
like.
Yeah.
I had people tickets literally
Yeah.
like just I'm
Okay,
good on all
so
that.
the
No.
conduct that people behave in at clubs
Yeah.
is absolutely insane.
Well, no, you guys they all work it. So
Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
we're all
Yeah.
three.
We are all
So I
the
am
initiated.
simultaneously. I'm both. So right now I am both at the club and at restaurants. I'm seeing both, and then sometimes I do events as well. Weddings.
Sometimes you see the same people at both.
Oh yeah.
You leave the restaurant, you see them at the after.
I guess I'm not
Challenge your
doing after.
carbonara.
Listen, I am not doing any after hours no more. After the pandemic, I swear to God, bro, I have had my fill.
Yeah.
I am.
I mean, it's
enough-
ruthless out
it's
there now,
ruthless
man.
out
Motherfuckers
there,
is getting
bro.
robbed
Yeah.
and everything, like every 5 seconds.
Well, that's the other thing is like people are so zonked out, like it's just easy to probably
It's
take
that,
advantage
but
of them.
also like,
No, I'm talking about their cars.
oh yeah. So
okay.
on a regular
Yeah.
basis, people
Yeah,
are
we
just
did
breaking
about
into
that.
cars. Sometimes not even to steal shit.
No.
Sometimes it's just for the general hooliganism.
Just for the love of the sport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do this.
Don't do that with a smile. Bro. I don't really like your smile with that.
Because I do it for the hate. Yeah, some people do it for the love. I do it for the hate.
Some
I
people
love
just
the
want to
hustle.
watch the world burn.
Yeah,
That's how they get off.
Fine. Fair.
that's a bar.
Fair.
So yes, I do have some clients, some customers that I know from both the club and the bars, and the restaurants. I don't do after hours anymore, but also a big part of after hours is a lot of y'all are not from LA, and they come to LA and they don't know what's what. Gangbanging is a very real thing. It's a very real thing. And if you're not aware of what block you're on or who's running this neighborhood and you wearing the wrong colors or you say some shit that offends somebody, you can get killed. These motherfuckers are real out here. I know gangbanging ain't the same like it used to be in the late 90s, early 2000s. These neighborhoods are not the same. But I grew up in Long Beach on the east side. I know what gang runs that. I lived in the jungles for 7 years. I know what gang runs that. I lived in the 60s for 3 years. I know what gang is over there. And most of y'all are just wandering around the neighborhood with no fucking idea of who's what and what's what and where you stand. And that's exactly how you get stabbed up.
While we don't condone gang violence here on the Industry Perspective, we just like to say respect and salute to all of you.
Respect and salute
members
to all
out
the
there.
gangbangers. I do not bang, but I know y'all and I respect y'all.
Salute. Not condoned, but salute.
The American way.
The American way. I mean, let's be.
Oh,
What do you listen? At the end of the day, America is run by gangsters.
Oh,
Do you think these politicians in suits, what they doing?
who do you think we learned it from?
What you think you learned it from? Like,
Learn it from. Come on,
bro, I looked. So I minored in political science. You know they used to beat motherfuckers with canes in Congress when they got into a disagreement.
What?
Yes,
Like the politicians would
the
beat each other?
politicians in the cabinet, the Senate, the congressmen, if they got into a disagreement, they would beat each other with canes. They would
Bring that
challenge
back.
each other to duels. Bring that shit back.
Bring it back.
Yo.
Bring it back.
Yo.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
There's like a famous case of one senator that like beat somebody's ass with a cane and his cane broke, and then the people that were on his side bought him a new cane and said, "Good job, buddy.
Bring me another cane.
Fetch me my cane."
No, he get it out like Thor. He just like he's put the hand out. It's
So
like
if that's what's going on,
Sometimes it
if
takes
that's
a
the
while.
shit that goes on in Congress, like
Wow.
if that's the shit that goes on in Congress,
Yo.
what you think that shit ain't going on in the street?
Come on, man.
Come on,
man.
man.
That's
Y'all motherfuckers
hilarious.
think it's all peace and love. It's plur life. I'm just a raver, bruh.
Yeah.
These
Sometimes it
essays
takes a
will
while,
fuck
sorry.
you up.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just imagining just like it's a group of congressmen watching him just with his arm out. It's like, yo, what is he
What happened?
doing?
You know
It
what
broke.
it-
It's over, and like someone just whispers, "It just takes a while sometimes."
Bring me Jefferson.
I think my favorite part is that I have Abraham Lincoln on my cup.
They do gotta bring
Hey,
that back.
and bro got shot in the back of the head in a theater by an actor gang.
Again, we do not.
Again, the
condone
industry perspective does not support
gang
the
You
affiliations.
have to
That-
write like one big
Yo,
disclaimer.
you might want to have to just do one
whether
at the
theater
very
just leave
gang
it on
or
the bottom.
street gang, we don't
Right.
condone
Let
any
them
of
know.
it. But
We say,
but again,
we don't condone this
salute.
either.
But again,
But salute.
salute, Congressman.
Yeah. There we go.
So
I mean, tomorrow is Super Tuesday.
I actually had a question. What is? I know you told us about people licking each other's eyeballs, but what's some of like either some of the more wildest shit that you've seen, or
I'm ready.
just something that really stuck out to you and has stuck with you? You're like, I can't believe I saw that. You can give me 1, 2, 3.
I have a
things.
few, but the
Yeah.
one that stands out the hardest
There you go. That's one of them.
is
Pause.
at the club.
Why?
Thank you for pausing me on that. Yes, because no, I was not.
There we go.
All right,
Perfect.
I am about to gross y'all out. First of all,
Right?
give me the bear. Give me the bear. I gotta cuddle the bear.
I need
you,
therapy.
you get the therapy.
You
bear.
need a lot of therapy, but I just need a little
You
therapy.
need Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm Muslim.
Allah.
Yeah.
Listen, okay.
There you go.
The one thing that I'll never forget. First of all, the ladies' room at the end of the night is gangsta. Whatever the fuck y'all are doing in there, it's infinitely worse.
Time out. Can I jump in? Why is the ladies' restroom always a fucking dirty? No
What are
matter where
y'all
you go.
doing in there?
Continue.
What do y'all do? Okay. It's the end of the night. We turned on the lights. It's been last call. We're kicking people out. My bottle girl goes into the ladies' room to kick the girls out. And she goes, all I hear is, ew, 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 ew. And she goes running out looking traumatized. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And she was like, this girl just took a shit on the floor, and then her homegirl grabbed it barehanded to throw it away.
Oh.
Yo, that homegirl's a G, man.
And then I walked in,
Hey.
and I'm like,
What did you walk in to do? What were you going to do?
well, she needed me to clean it up.
Oh,
She
okay.
needed someone to clean it up.
Confirmation, of
I
course.
wasn't going to
No,
clean it
I
up.
don't need confirmation.
Oh, no, I was not going to clean it up.
Okay.
Oh, trust me, I was going to get a bar back to do that, or the bathroom attendant.
Exactly.
I was just like,
Shout out to the bar.
Saying, he wasn't
Yo,
going to clean it up.
shout out to
Shout out to
the
the bar
yo,
back.
shout out to the bathroom attendants and the bar backs.
Yes.
Yo,
Yo,
Y'all
we
put up
need
with
a
some
bathroom
shit.
attendant.
Y'all-
Up here. Hey, bathroom attendants, hit us up. We need a bathroom attendant
Yeah.
up here.
yeah, we
Yeah.
Because we know y'all got some stories, and
yeah.
hey, I don't know any.
any bathroom
I don't know
attendant
any,
is
but-
easily going to tell you some wild
Worse.
shit.
Yeah, for real.
Okay,
We need to get
so
on that.
homegirl bare hand raw dogged grabbing the shit and to throw it away is by far one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen
Or well, hurt
or heard.
because you didn't see it.
I didn't see it happen, but
You'd
I
have to
did
pay
see.
to
I
see it.
walked in and I saw the shit on the ground, and I'm like, oh,
That shit.
that's shit.
That is. feces.
That is feces.
Damn.
Let me think.
that's
At the afties, it goes
That's
down.
not at the afters. That's
Oh.
what's crazy. This was at the club.
Oh,
this
shit.
is not even bro. The craziest shit doesn't happen at the afters of the
And
restaurants. It's at the club.
Here's the thing. I'm willing to bet money that she just went on with her night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She didn't go home.
She
yeah.
maybe washed her hands.
Oh, God.
Yo, that wasn't the only handy she gave that.
Yeah.
night.
You need to sit in the timeout chair.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Oh, I can't believe you thought of that, let alone said it.
That I
Oh, man. You know what? You're correct on that. A lot of crazy things happen in the club because at where I work at, it's an event space, bar / it's more of a club atmosphere. And over the summer, one girl shit her pants. And she was in the bathroom for like 45 minutes while her friends went and got her to change pants. And another person shit on
Hey,
the
shout out to
toilets.
her homegirls though. That's some
Yeah,
real
they did.
shit. That's
Yeah.
some real shit.
And another person shit on the toilet seat. Not
Why y'all
not the
having
bowl.
such trouble shitting when you drunk? Explain that to
On
me.
the seat. They
Yeah,
shit on the seat.
why?
It was- how do you
It's
miss?
like,
All you gotta
bro,
do is sit
you've
down.
been using the
Sitting down.
bathroom, I would hope, since you're like 3.
I
Somebody
think,
potty
I think
trained you.
I think we need to have more bars and restaurants installing more bathroom stalls as well. How is your capacity?
I mean,
in
maybe,
the
but if
triple
y'all don't
digits?
know how to do it in the first
Well,
place,
no, I'm saying
like-
I'm saying if you're a club
yeah.
and your capacity is in the triple digits, and you have 2 stalls, 3
That's the
stalls,
problem.
that's gonna be.
We got 1 stall and 3 urinals.
right? But that's what I mean.
That's
you
the
know,
problem.
but for us, you know, like we're gonna go use the urinals and this and that, so we can get out a little bit faster and everything like that. I'm just trying to go to bat for the ladies a little bit in this instance because I
I
can't
love how you
condone.
said
Well,
a
I
little
can't
bit.
condone the whole.
Yeah.
Grabbing the shit with your bare
Like, that
hands
one's,
is crazy and inexcusable.
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
there's
I
nothing
can't.
I can really.
I can't.
I'm gonna give y'all the benefit of the doubt until you get to that point.
Yeah, because there's shit when we worked at at the Lucky Strike in Phoenix, that the women's restroom would always end up shut down by the end of the night all the time, and we'd have to get the plumbers to come in and clean it out because there'd be like underwear, phones, everything that would always be in the drains, in the toilets. Just
Why you throwing a phone in the
That's
drain?
what I'm saying. Like no one knew why.
Also, why are you flushing panties, bro? Just
Bro,
throw it in the trash. What,
Probably
like,
someone who shit themselves.
Somebody did shit
okay,
themselves.
then throw it in the trash. Why you got to go down the
Trash.
toilet? Like,
Yeah,
I'm trying to understand.
I'm just
a
saying-
lot of y'all drunk logic don't
Yeah.
make sense.
it don't.
Like,
But we need to also start pointing the finger at and shining a light on these establishments for not setting things up properly. If you know that the women's room is one of the most dangerous places in any establishment, give them more tools. Like, give them a bigger restroom.
Yeah.
Most dangerous.
It is.
listen,
No, it's
I'm
a
gonna
war
stand
zone,
with,
man.
I'm gonna stand with
It's
you
a
on
war
that, and
zone.
I'm gonna say, put bidets in the bathrooms.
For real, but-
Put bidets in the bathrooms because clearly y'all motherfuckers is dirty.
I wish
Like-
we had more bidets in bathrooms.
I
I
think
do.
that
I do.
I think that every bathroom should have a bidet.
It should. It
It's
should.
gonna be tough, but I mean,
Again, I'm
Japan
not-
does
It's not
it.
tough.
Again,
Yeah,
no,
Japan
it's
does
not.
it, I believe.
Again, I'm
Yeah.
North African. We've been on bidets since for forever.
Yeah.
Wash your asshole, bro.
Wash your
Be clean.
asshole.
Wash your ass.
Why you gotta use paper anyway?
People,
Let me tell you something. Let
people.
me tell you something. If I get some shit on my hand and I rub it with a paper towel, is it clean?
Nope.
No, I need to wash it
Yeah.
with water and soap. So why does the same thing not apply to my asshole?
You're right.
And this is where we are, ladies and
Because of the
gentlemen.
metric
If you're
system.
just joining us, we are discussing
Hey,
This
this is the real problem in the restaurant and bar industry.
We
Your
need bidets.
bathroom standards are not up to code.
For real.
We need bidets.
We need bidets.
Like,
We need bidets.
Bringing
that might be
bidets
the title.
back.
I don't care. It-
Trump
it
or
won't.
Kamala, bidets.
Yo,
Hey.
bidets.
whichever candidate you are voting for.
I mean, by the time this comes out, we'll already know.
Yeah, well,
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I
so-
mean, either way, fuck them both.
Whoever
but-
you
Yeah,
are.
both.
Yeah.
I don't trust either one.
This is
but
political now.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hard
No,
lefts.
yeah,
Oh,
no,
no.
we're not going there.
No. Let's go back.
Now,
Okay.
after tonight, we don't have to hear about this shit no more.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
excited about.
Bro, I'm excited
not
to-
hearing about this shit.
I get
no
20 texts
more.
I'm
a day
excited
from
to not
random
get to
people.
exactly. I'm excited to not have a million texts every day talking about, hey, Tamir, Kamala here. Let me hold something.
not
nephew.
you.
That's
no,
not
it's
you,
not.
Benjamin.
You ain't
and
got my
also,
fucking number.
what you need my $20 for? You got all this fucking money from the lobbyists.
For real.
They bought your vote. So
Why is it that every time something happens, they turn to all of us to say, "Hey, can you give us a little bit of money?"
Right.
You know I ain't got no
Use
money.
my taxes.
How about you? Hey, contact Sally Mae and everybody else I owe money to, and they'll tell you I ain't got it.
And
all
get
right?
in line.
So stop hitting me up. Kamala, hit up Sally. Y'all two talk.
right, y'all two
Compare notes.
Figure it out.
And y'all will understand. I ain't
figure it
got
out, work
no
out
money
some kind
for
of
you, bro.
agreements. I don't
got
make
nothing
any
for
money,
you.
bro.
For
I
real.
got 3 jobs and I'm still broke. So what you want me to do here?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Getting out of politics.
Getting out of politics. Okay.
Hard left.
Hard left.
Yeah.
Okay.
So currently, well, without you saying, like, how do you feel about the establishment you're working at right now? What kind of? Because, like you said, your restaurant and a club.
So I work at a restaurant, I work at a club, and
Mm-hmm.
then I work at another club on call.
Okay.
And I work events on call.
Okay. Bet. And then, how do you feel about those? Is management kind of taking care of you? Because clearly they didn't take care of us at Gulp that well. But
Well, my paychecks are not bouncing.
hey,
Look at
green light.
the little wins.
Yeah.
It's the little wins.
Yeah.
Money ain't right. I will say that I can't blame the establishment for this. I think I would blame this on the clientele. Y'all don't really know how to act anymore.
I mean,
This is me being an old head. One, not really fucking with most of y'all music, to be real. Which is also why most of y'all are only playing music from around 2010 to 2014 in the club anyways.
Came after
Yeah, and I mean,
He came
nah,
after
I'm looking at
somebody
y'all.
like that.
I'm looking
I
at
ain't
you
gonna
new
lie.
rappers,
Ain't gonna
and I'm telling you that you're not really doing it. Y'all not like. I think also. Let's talk about musically. I feel like there's such a focus on. Let me get a song that's gonna get a 12-second bit on TikTok and go viral,
Yeah.
and the rest of the song fucking sucks ass.
That's been the formula for the last few years, especially in pandemic.
Yeah, bro,
that's-
bring back good
that's the
music.
money. Yeah.
Y'all not doing it right.
yeah.
That's the formula. A lot of artists do that to put themselves on. Some will then go on to have good careers, and others can't seem to either get out of that TikTok sound or capitalize on the what's the dude that made $1 Million Baby?
Tommy Richmond.
Him. He had that viral song.
Yeah.
Couldn't replicate that. Instead of capitalizing on that to then
Release
go
an
with
album.
to do a second album with what he wanted to. He made that debut album completely different sound of what made him go viral.
From
And
what
he, like,
I
well, that's
from what
just
I
dumb.
heard
Fumbled
about
the bag.
him, from what
That's
I
just
heard about
dumb.
him is he's not actually a good performer live. From what I've heard, all of his sound is like AI generated and
well, I
auto-tuned.
don't know about all that.
I
but
don't
I'm just
know-
saying as far as like the
I don't
formula
know
for-
this for a fact, so I'm not gonna like stand on that. I will say though that I haven't heard good things. Live performances aren't very good, except that Kate Trinata in New York. That shit looked fun as hell.
I mean, K Tronada has always been.
K
good
Trinata is
performance.
almost always good,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
again, he's like it's. I'm talking about the overwhelming majority of music. There is good music out there.
Yeah.
It's just not at the forefront. I mean, look at DaBaby made one song and he made it for 2 albums straight.
I mean, if it worked, it worked.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
if
didn't
it
da da da
works,
da 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 da. Like
At some
all of
point
his
you do that
his shit
change.
sound the exact same. And where's DaBaby now?
Yeah.
Making
And I mean, like,
videos on TikTok sitting in coach.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the last time I saw him.
That's
He made a video in coach. But not to even make it about him. I actually want to say a comment musically, but also bring it back to service industry because I'd love to hear your opinion on this, especially because the last time I saw you when I met you was at the event Art Beyond the Glass. Shout out to
yo,
them,
shout out
everyone
Art
there.
Beyond the Glass,
Real,
bro.
man. Like, I
Real,
love everything y'all do.
They're real
And
ones.
cannot wait to work with
Always
them
treat
next
us well.
Yeah.
This truly one of the few moments. I think the moments that you feel most appreciated is Art Beyond the Glass, Bartenders Weekend, and events that are usually around USBG,
Yeah.
which is the Bartenders Guild.
Okay.
They treat us well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really give a fuck. They sent all of us members some money during the pandemic. Just like, hey, times are tough. We get it. You're a member of the guild. Here's a little something just because we appreciate you.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead. Art Beyond the Glass.
Yeah. So, thank you for saying that. You actually highlighted something else I wanted to speak to. Because as you speak about the pandemic, I know for people, that haven't worked in the service industry before, can hear you talking about how times were good and be like, oh, how can you complain about tips when times are good? For one, that was one good time. And for two, this is an exception, not the rule. Because you also have to remember that's the reason why an Art Beyond the Glass and the USBG, like these establishments, I know I'm using the wrong word, but they exist for a reason, because for every time you see an exception, you don't see the rule, because there are thousands of bartenders and servers and hosts and managers and everyone who went through a tough ass fucking time. So
absolutely.
like, don't think that because you hear one success story that applies to all of us.
Listen, don't think
you hear a lot of that with people in the comments section.
Yeah.
They hear one person talk about how good something was for them, and they say, "Oh, that's how good it was for everybody." It's like, no. I'm saying how good it was for me, or you saying that
The
in
shit
your
that I was
case.
doing during the pandemic
Right.
was not necessarily legal or safe.
Right.
I'm out, like, at the end of the day, I got vaccinated. I was wearing a mask, not all the time, but most of these people that are out partying didn't give a fuck about the rules. They were not staying inside. They were not doing anything. I'm just capitalizing on a need. But also, it's the rationalizing. I had to rationalize this the same way a drug dealer would.
which you shouldn't do.
Which you shouldn't do. The industry perspective does not support the views
Which
of
we
Tamir.
salute, but don't condone.
Which we salute all the drug dealers.
Don't condone.
Y'all are outside
Salute your local
anyways.
entrepreneur.
Y'all were outside anyways, and y'all wanted a party regardless. I saw a gap and I filled it. If I wasn't gonna do it, some other bartender was gonna come up with that same idea. I just hopped on it first.
And they might not have been the person who would have done it the right way.
Yeah, because I was at least making sure that I wasn't poisoning y'all. I'm not doing a lot of the shady moves that you after hours are doing. Let's talk about that.
Before you get
Watering down on your liquor.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
we don't
go there.
Yeah,
Before
okay.
you go there. I just want to finish these other two things.
Yeah.
For one, when it comes to music, I agree with you. And P. I'm older, so like for me, all this music is young.
Yeah.
But I will say that, I've heard the trend of TikTok music and everything like that. And one of the artists that I had heard a few times and me and you have talked about was, I think you pronounce it Doechii.
Yeah, Doechii.
Doechii's
Doechii
good.
fucking kills it.
Yeah.
Had her TikTok fame, but then was like, nah, I'm still gonna do my own thing.
So
And the
this
reason
just
why I
goes
said
back to
that-
the exception, not the rule thing that you were saying.
Right.
TDE gives a fuck about
Right.
the art.
Thank you.
Almost anything coming out of any artist coming out of Top Dog Entertainment,
Yeah.
for the most part, I would say they're doing it with real love for the craft,
Thank you
and
for
they're
saying
not they're not just trying to make a buck.
Right.
I think a lot of people are trying to get on as performers or actors or musicians or whatever, not because you really love this craft, but just because you think this is a quick way to get on. I can make some money real quick. And that's why y'all don't be having long-term
Right.
careers.
Everybody can make the quick buck. That's fine.
Well, no, you can hit a
But-
lick.
Yeah. But it's about long-term money here.
Yeah.
And thank you for saying that, because that helps me segue that back to the service industry, which is what I wanted to do. And I wanted to talk about, especially you being from out here, from this area, being from LB and everything like that. Celebrity bartenders or Instagram bartenders, the personality bartenders. Because I say that because
That's what I think about that.
exactly. Because before I moved out here, there would be certain bartenders I would always see online, certain people who, have certain styles or they do their hair a certain way and things like that. Whatever it may be. And then you go to get a drink from them and it takes almost a half an hour because all they're worried about is how they look while making the one cocktail to make the experience and all these other things. And then it makes people think that that's what this industry is really supposed to be about, and it's not.
No,
this
I mean,
industry
I
is
would
supposed to
challenge
be
any of
about
you
the people.
Instagram bartenders to work one shift behind the club.
Yeah.
Try having 19 people screaming at you at the same time, asking for your attention. I want this cocktail. I want this drink. I want this drink. I want this drink. And you got it. Doesn't matter. And like, as you could be the fastest, most knowledgeable bartender in the world, and they still won't give a fuck, and they'll still stiff you on the tip. That's what it's really like. This is what I noticed just this weekend alone. $80 tab, 0 tip. $90 tab, 0 tip. $115 tab, 0 tip. I saw a $253 tab with 0 tip in the line.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah,
Oh, that's regular. That's not. I thought it was.
it's
normal.
regular, but it's not
yeah,
acceptable.
it's regular,
And I'm
but
telling you
that's-
that most of you Instagram bartenders have never experienced working your ass off all night just for somebody to say, "Oh, thanks, man. You're so awesome." 0 tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's even more disrespectful is when they write "thank you" on the receipt and still tip you
a
0.
zero.
Fuck you.
Well, no, I generally equate the more verbal thanks and appreciation I get, the lower my tip is probably
Yes.
going to be. Like the more they say, like, "Oh man, this is really great. I really appreciate
Or when
it."
they
It's
say
really-
you're the best bartender
Oh, man.
in
Yeah.
wherever you work.
Uh,
Yeah.
You're
or
the best bartender I've ever seen.
or
Yeah,
if they
it's
start
0,
or if they
yeah.
start off and say, "I'm gonna take care of you, bro." No, you're not.
Never.
I already assume that you're not because you want me to tip like, or excuse me, or let me get a little extra, bro. No.
Never.
Do you want a double? Do you want to pay for a double?
Nah,
No?
man, just make it normal.
So I'm gonna make it normal. And now that you asked me that, I swear to God, I'm gonna pour under that ounce and a half line.
But we don't.
sure.
We don't.
Yeah, sure. We definitely are gonna take care of any asshole who treats me terribly behind the well.
Everyone gets the bare
Everyone
minimum
gets
service.
the bare minimum
That they
because
pay
that's
for.
what they have
People
paid
get what
for.
they pay for.
But
Yes.
you will never get extra when you give less.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Period. I will not do anything to endanger my job or my coworkers. However, fuck you, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
The fact that you asking for a blessing, but you don't know how to give a blessing. What you think that is? Why do you think that is?
Yeah.
Why do you think that you deserve an extra amount of liquor and yet you can't give me $2?
That's why when people say, "Oh, can you make it stronger? You put a little extra," I say why.
Yeah.
And then they don't have an answer.
Why is a good
But
one?
they did
That is a great
once.
one.
Never
Yes.
mind.
What did you say?
What?
I said, but they did tell him why once. But
Yeah.
we won't go there.
No, I want to know.
Now you gotta
No,
keep
no,
it
no,
clear.
no, no.
Yeah, no,
No,
no.
I gotta
we
go
can't
back.
No, we can't
No,
go
we
there.
can't go back in time.
Nah,
Everyone
we
must
can't
go
there.
back
Okay.
previous
Nope,
episode.
nope, 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 nope.
Anyway, yes.
Anyways, if
Ask
you-
why.
yeah.
Why is it good?
Oh,
Yeah.
Why is
Sorry.
it
I hope y'all
Sorry, guys.
know.
Just
Anybody watching right now, I hope you know. I'ma ask why. If you say, "Hey, bro, make it strong,"
Why?
Why?
Why? It's
Why
so it's very passive aggressive.
I had another
and
one.
It's disarming as fuck because then they can't. It throws off their retort.
Yeah,
had
but then it's
another-
like, oh shit, because I deserve it. Wait, what? No.
my other one, I had another one. I did this a few times. I don't really do it a lot, but if somebody was like, "Oh yeah, take care of me, bro," I'll look at them and be like, "What's my name?" You don't know my fucking name and you want me to just take care of you and endanger my job by pouring you extra
I like that
and do
one.
all this? What's my fucking name?
I like that one. I'm gonna use
You
that.
don't even know who I am, bro. Like,
And I
I'd have to
definitely
go.
don't know
What's my birthday? Cause
That's a better one.
Too many people. Well, because too many people ask me my name at the beginning,
oh no, I don't tell them.
feeling
Really?
like
Don't
well,
ask the bartender your name unless you've already established a rapport.
That's the thing. They
Yeah.
they feel like that's their way of establishing
Oh,
that
God,
rapport.
yeah.
No.
Oh, I know your name. And what always happens is
They
the
start
person-
screaming your name in the
whenever-
middle of shift.
Yeah. Whoever asked me my name and they've made no effort to build the rapport, I know you're going to be a cunt the whole rest of the night.
Yeah.
And that goes for guys and girls. Because
Guys can be
are
cunts.
cuntier.
Guys
You're
are
cuntier,
cunts.
motherfuckers.
Let's
Fuck y'all.
establish this
Y'all
right
are
here.
so
because
much softer
it's a group of
than
men
the
and
women
we're
who come
saying the
into the
C
fucking
word,
bar.
and I'm letting you know that you dudes be more bitchy
Oh
and more
my
cuntier
God.
than half the women that I encounter.
So fucking
Like-
soft. Charmin soft. Like, you
Baby
make me
shit
want to
soft.
get a bidet. Your show's Charmin's fucking soft. Your toilet paper ass.
You know, I actually
Like, get the
this,
fuck out of
This
here.
is actually something that I'm really, really bothers me when men act sassy. Like, bruh, what are you doing?
How sassy?
Yeah.
Because I got plenty of sass, man.
No,
but I,
got a little
but sassy
sass.
in like a sense of that, just like I had a customer came up at a restaurant, and then he asked a female bartender. He was just like, mind you, all the tables have reserved signs on them, which means they're fucking reserved.
right. That's
So he
that's
was
why
like,
it says it.
So you're saying all the tables are reserved?
No,
and
I
she
didn't say
goes,
it. The sign did.
yeah. And then, mind you, I'm not even talking to this man. She is telling me what happens. I'm watching it from the side, and he like basically throws a temper tantrum. He was like, oh, and because she was like, oh no, the tables are all reserved, but some of them are available for purchase if you would like to pay.
Boom. I gave you an entry level.
I gave you an entry level, and he basically, well, what do you mean? There's nobody sitting there. I'm never gonna come back to this bar again. Then don't.
That's fine.
Then don't.
Have you been here before?
Like, then, bro, I
crazy.
promise you, the threat of I'm never gonna come back to this place ever again. We do not give a fuck.
It actually makes us happy.
It actually makes me happy
But let's
because I
explain why.
rely on my tips, but I don't need your individual tip that badly, and I don't need a pit up.
Wait, what did you say?
The pause. No,
No,
the
it's
perfectly timed
It was a perfect
pause.
pause.
That's
It
the
was a
one.
perfect
Sorry, I didn't even.
But let's also explain why we say that. We say that because the people who say those lines are the ones who don't tip.
You were already going to be a problem from the
you
beginning.
who don't talk like that, this isn't for you.
Yeah.
We're talking to the jackasses.
Yeah,
We're
you
talking-
over here
we're
you're-
talking to them.
you're
They're
threatening
the ones
me.
who think by threatening to not come back, even though I've never met
Oh
you before.
no! You're
a
never gonna
hard-
come back here and get on my nerves again.
Yeah.
What a terrible fuck you. You think I care? I see so many clients every single day. I meet so many people every single day that come
Yeah.
in and out of this bar. I don't give a fuck if you, an individual,
You said
who
that
is-
with sass.
Oh yeah, you.
You're being sassy. You're being sassy.
Oh,
I
I'm
want you
very
to know.
sassy.
There was some sass, all right?
dang.
So that's why we wanted the
yeah.
clarification.
There's some
Be the
sass-
change
no,
you hope to be.
But-
maybe
but I
change
get
it.
where you
Maybe
mean.
change
Yeah.
it from being men being sassy to men being sassy at employees.
Yes.
You're coming in some.
No,
you're
just say
coming.
what you said. Don't be a cunt.
Don't be a cunt.
Don't be a cunt. That's it. That's
Also,
all we're
don't-
asking.
Which brings us to our
Oh,
white.
the
Hold on, before we go there, because he reminded me of a story that happened last fucking Wednesday.
Okay.
So I haven't even had a chance to tell this shit yet.
Yeah, tell me.
So shout out to the homie Mark, my manager, who's one of the good ones. So I had this group come in. 2 people came in first. It was 2 ladies first. They had European accents, Scottish, Irish, something like that. Whatever. I don't think none of it. One of my homies who's a regular, shout out to Terrell, because I know he listens. That's the homie every day, all day. He came in, saw, like it was a little light because of that time of the night. Let's keep people in there. Let's keep the energy flowing. He showed these women a good time, bought a round for them. Hey, let's chill. Cool. Everything's good. He dips out. Well, he doesn't dip. He's still in the venue, but he leaves them alone. He's got better shit to do. So they have some people come in to meet them and they're cool, but then we get one motherfucker. Now, here's the problem. All of them are foreign. That's not the problem. How they order is the problem.
Right.
Now, I've been in different countries and ordered in different countries, and I know that the service varies depending on where you are. So I can understand for them, you can have 8 to 12 people and you can order one thing and I come back and you ask me for the same thing or another thing, and that's okay because it's probably not that busy.
Right.
But here in downtown Los Angeles, I don't have that kind of time. As me and P have said on this show way back in the day, it's not a fucking relay race, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's not my job to go get this thing, go back over there, come back, then you send me back for the thing that I just had. Tell me you need 4 beers so I can pour 4 beers. Don't tell me with each beer. Don't tell me each drink.
Right.
Because then
That shit pisses me off so
Yo,
much.
and they don't get why it pisses
Let me
us
get a
off.
this, and then you come back and you get. They're like, and then let me get one more.
Right.
Bitch, why didn't you just ask me for exactly what you wanted if you knew that's what you wanted?
And I said, hey man, how many beers do you need? Just so I can know to make that amount of beers because I have people waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in that time, we had already cut the second bartender because it's after midnight and we were slow enough to cut the other bartender. Why keep them there? The owner doesn't want labor costs to go up. That other bartender who opened the bar doesn't need to be there.
Right.
I can handle the fucking bar as long as you don't fucking slow me down.
Yeah.
I can handle this shit. I'm good. Now, all I said is I just need to know your entire order so I can go ahead and make it because I have people waiting and I don't want to keep having them wait because I had already had to tell 3 fucking people I'll be right with you because for some reason, people think that the moment you set a drink down,
That it's done.
the transaction's over. They're like, oh, it's my fucking turn.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on this
Right.
motherfucker. It's like, bro,
Somebody still has to
They
pay
gotta
for these
pay.
drinks. Yeah. I still
Wait
have to
your
close
turn.
up the tab or open the tab. Like, just because I am there,
yeah.
if my head is down and I'm making a drink, not a good time
Right.
for you to scream your order at me.
Don't scream your
Don't
order.
ever do
And
that.
if I'm
Like-
literally setting a drink down in front of someone, it doesn't mean the moment my hand is released that you start telling me your order. Because I watch people, and as the drinks are going, they're like leaning in.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
And the moment I let it go, so Tito soda.
Yeah, it's-
I'm not even looking
It's the
at you,
energy.
my nigga.
It's like I will tell you one thing that even pisses me off even more than that is the motherfuckers that like wave you down, hey, and then you come up to them and they'll be like, what do you guys want? They turn around and go, what do you guys want? You are so desperate for my attention that you don't even know what you want to order. Skipped.
Yep. I walk right away.
Yeah.
Walk
Nope.
right away. And I'm
Figure
trying
your
not to
life
do that.
out and do that.
I'm trying not to do that to this gentleman. While also, I have another person in their group asking to pay the tab, but only for certain drinks.
Oh my God.
So I'm trying to get clarification from him. What is it that you want to pay for? And then one of the women who was there from the beginning is waving the card with the receipt saying, I want to pay for the rest. While this jackass is trying to get me to go back for another beer. But the first thing he said was Jack and Coke. So I was like, oh, Jack and Coke. He's like, beer, Jack and Coke. I was like, wait, beer, Jack and Coke. You got 2 beers. You made me go back for the second beer. I had already had 1 beer, had to go back for the second beer. I've already poured a Jack and Coke. So now you want another Jack and Coke. Okay, so it's 2 Jack and Coke. And I said 2 Jack and Coke, 2 Jack and Coke, beer, Jack and Coke. Wait, beer, Jack and Coke. I just gave you 2 beers. And now you said Jack and Coke, but I already gave you Jack and Coke. Now you want 2 Jack and Coke and 2 beer.
Now you're playing charades.
Okay, now you want 2 beer, 2 Jack and Coke, right? No, beer, Jack and Coke. No, I want Jack and Coke. I don't understand what the problem is. The problem
No,
is
the problem is
keep
that you don't
mixing
know how to
up the
act
words.
like you've been outside before.
And so I say to him, okay, you have 2 beers, you have 1 Jack and Coke. You're asking me for a second Jack and Coke. Are you asking me for a 3rd beer? No, Jack and Coke. I said, okay. And he goes, God, beer, Jack and Coke. And I'm literally holding the bottle and the glass. I go, hold on. And I put it back down. I was like, sir, I really need.
Why are you inserting
You more big-
beer?
Why do
Yo,
you keep
you
saying beer? He's
Yeah.
like, no, I need beer, Jack and Coke.
Why are you ordering it
Boilermaker,
like
my
that,
nigga?
too?
What the fuck?
Like-
Okay, all right, cool. So you need a 3rd beer. He's like, why are you being so argumentative? I don't know what's argumentative. Why are you throwing out that many letters at me in one word? You were beer, Jack, and Coke, and now you argumentative?
Oh,
Nigga, you
God.
got me sweating. Bro, it's taking me back. Oh, my God, that shit had me
I
hot.
used to get so mad at customers, but luckily for me, I have other bartenders. If somebody just starts getting on my nerves, I just immediately hit him with the
Nope.
go to another bartender.
Nah.
Get out of my way,
Nah.
bro.
I got you.
Go away.
I got you even
Like-
better. That's a great one. But what I had is I had Mark because Mark happened to be behind the bar doing some extra shit. So I said, hey, Mark, he wants to speak to a manager. That was it.
Get him.
And he went to talk to him.
Yeah.
And all of his energy, which shout out to the chick that was with him waving the card, being a little cunt because she was just begging for, she had that pick me energy. Oh, hey, let me side with the jackass because that makes me feel more popular. Women, stop hiding behind these weak ass fucking men. They make you look weaker, by the way.
They make you look
okay?
weaker.
They make you look so much weaker. But again, Mark went around the bar and tried to talk to him, and eventually, like, not even eventually, immediately his energy changed. So as soon as it was done, Mark came back like, yeah, he was fucking racist.
Okay. It's
Bald
falling
head
apart
white
now,
guy.
guys.
Yeah.
It's falling apart now.
Nobody else in this group had a problem with me. I had great interactions with everyone else there.
Yeah.
Someone else did the same thing he did, but did it and said, hey, man, I'm sorry. I got all these guys with me. I was like, dude, it's fine. Earlier I was busy. I'm not busy. I'm cool.
Yeah.
Tipped 40.
Nice.
Took care of us, man. Great energy. This guy only had a problem because a black man was talking back to him. And Mark heard the whole conversation.
Yeah.
I never said anything. I was like, I don't even know what you mean by argumentative. I was like, I'm just repeating your order.
trying to
'cause
clarify.
I want to get
I'm
it
trying
right.
to figure this out, and I'm trying to get this done because I have other things to do. But going off of that, I think there's a power dynamic problem. Some of y'all come to the bar and think that the bartender is beneath you because they are serving you. We are not.
Service, not servant.
Service, exactly. You don't pay my paycheck, bro. Your $3 tip is not what I'm relying on to go home. I am not beneath you. You just think so. But do I go to your job and tell you how to clean the toilets? No. Then fuck off. Don't come over to my bar and try to tell me how to do my job. Don't
you
tell
how to
me
do a spreadsheet.
yeah. Don't tell me,
tell you how to do any of
I'm making this order and he's next. No, the fuck he isn't. Because there is a line that I've created in my head because I know who's come up. You're now, and then she's next,
Yep.
and then he, who's been standing here quietly waiting his term, is next, and then your boy is next. You don't get to dictate the line or tell me who's next and when to do and how to do my job. You're not in charge, bro. This is my show.
I've said it before. I don't care who you are. As the bartender, we are the most important person in the building because we dictate if you're gonna get served or not.
Yeah.
Because if you're being an asshole, I could just easily say like, "Hey man, you're cut off."
Yeah.
You're a
Sorry.
little too
No
drunk.
more alcohol for you.
Yeah, you're a little too intoxicated. Sorry, I can't serve you.
Or, and that's if I'm being polite. I could just be like, hey, security, this guy got a problem. This guy got to go.
For real.
Yeah.
And I don't use that flex often,
Yeah.
unless I will say I have used that one time specifically
Yeah.
when a dude, his boy was ordering in a stupid way.
Yeah.
So I gave him a little bit of attitude, and he was like, "Why are you giving me such an attitude?" And I'm like, "Because you don't know what you're doing, and you're wasting my time." So he like pushed his drinks away and walked away. So I'm like, "Cool, bye." Dumped his drinks, moved on to the next person. He comes back with his big homie, and his dude is just like, "Oh, come here, I want to talk to you." And I'm like, "What's up?" I lean forward, and he grabs me by the back of the head, and pulls me down, and goes, "You got a problem with my homie?" I pushed him immediately, and I'm like, "Nah, but I got a problem with you now." Hey, Ryan, this dude got to go now.
Yeah.
There's no questions asked, bro.
No.
Get the fuck out of here. We do not need you that badly, and there's no discussion to be had. If I, as a bartender, tell security this guy is done, he's got to go.
Yeah.
You're out, bro. And I
And
can
it
use
doesn't
that
matter
flex
if
whenever
and it
the
don't
fuck I
matter
want.
if security knows you either.
Yeah.
Because I work there. They work with me. They work with my coworkers all the time.
Their
and they
job to keep
know
us safe.
We would not pull that card unless we had to.
That's the red button right there.
Yeah,
That's the one where
like
you-
That's
we
yeah.
don't get people like you just said. You said I have that power and I've used it one time. We all know what power we have within working in a venue.
I have that power.
So
I can use
we
it
would
whenever I
not
want.
abuse
I
it.
don't.
Exactly.
Because listen, anytime somebody grabs you by the as a bartender, if somebody grabs you
as a human.
as a, like if
Not a
somebody
cat.
just grabs
Don't
you,
grab me by the back
if
of
somebody
my head.
grabs me in general, you already crossing boundaries because
Oh.
you had to lean over a bar to do that and invade my space.
Yeah.
For you to touch me, for you to
At
grab
all.
me by the head, ain't no discussion to be had.
Oh
bro.
yeah.
And you lucky that I'm still on the clock because if we did this off the clock, I'm throwing hands.
Oh yeah.
I will fight. I'm a small dude. I will throw hands, and I don't give a fuck if you beat my ass. I am gonna fight back
Yo,
until I am
Hey,
dead.
let them know.
Like,
You might think I'm
do
fun
not-
size, but
yeah,
I'm not
I may
the one
be small,
size.
bro, but exactly.
Fuck that.
Exactly. I like that. I'm gonna take that.
Fuck that.
at the end
Fuck
of the
with me
day,
if you
bro,
want to, man.
At the end of the day, bro, this is still kind of a rough and tumble kind of job.
Yeah.
Bartenders will knock you the fuck out.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if you're bigger or scarier looking. Some of y'all be big with all that size for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, I will spear you. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, don't try me, bro. Don't try me at work. Don't try me in a house. Don't try me in a mouse. Don't try me
Ooh,
anywhere.
shout out to Puerto
shout
Rican
out to
Mike.
Dr. Seuss. Don't try me anywhere, bro. I'm gonna fuck you up if
Shout out
I
to
have
Puerto
to.
Rican Mike,
And
man.
even if I don't, I will lose the fight still fighting. You don't have to kill me.
And again, here at the Industry Perspective, we do not condone violence. However, we do want you to know that while you may think these hands are in the basement, they are very alive and working well.
And they are rated E for everyone.
Yeah, that we don't condone violence, but if you put your hands on anybody in the service industry, then you will be served hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fresh.
fair.
Expeditiously. And
Speaking-
you're lucky if it's not just me. It could be 4 or 5 bartenders, because if one bartender is fighting another customer, the other bartenders are gonna get involved. And guess whose side they're gonna be on.
I channel my inner Della Reese, bro. I'll savor that
When
ass.
you
whooping.
walk
I savor that ass.
down
whooping.
the
Anytime somebody fucks up,
Are you singing Waiting in the Water right now?
No. It's the Touched by an Angel theme song.
Okay.
Della Reese, sorry.
The
But
Wait in the Water would have been crazy.
I'm
though.
not
Like-
singing Wait in the Water right
Wait in the
now.
Water.
That's a bit much. But speaking of wading in the water, I did wade in the fucking Dodger fans on fucking Friday. That shit was absolutely yeah. Well, no, I did.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. You good? Oh, good. Yeah,
Cook.
no.
Yeah.
What were you guys doing on fucking Friday?
Working.
Fuck, dude, work was dead.
Work was dead.
Oh.
Work was dead.
Oh,
Friday,
do you mean afternoon?
Like just like
evening?
daytime, midday.
I was watching the parade.
You were watching the
I was
parade.
Bro,
watching
I
the
can top
parade.
that. I can top it because I worked Thursday night
Oh shit.
when the Dodgers actually won.
Yeah.
We
and they
were
win Wednesday night?
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. Yes,
Yeah.
it was a Wednesday night. We had an event, some corporate event. It's a daytime thing.
Yeah.
We had the game on. The Dodgers won, and then immediately I got cut, and I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of downtown right now.
Yeah.
I already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Win or lose, you Dodgers fans. I say you Dodgers fans like I'm not also a Dodger fan,
Yeah, that's
but
a
like
lot, yeah.
I'm not
speak
like
on it.
y'all, because what do you mean you set a bus on fire? Like,
Hey, man. It's a little celebratory
They-
bus fire.
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
like I'm sorry, I didn't
Wait,
realize this
think-
was
wait,
Boston.
Wait, time out.
Like,
P, you got some apologizing to do because you used to call
Yo,
these Dodger fans.
Okay.
All
What?
the way up to the last moment.
Yeah.
he
Hold
was
on.
still talking
Yeah,
shit.
okay, hold on,
But
hold
he
on.
did
All right.
he did say
All
a
right.
lot.
I got it. I got it.
yeah,
also-
here we go. Here we go.
Let me also go to bat for my boy.
Everyone clear the,
As
clear
he
the air.
sets up, let me go to back for my
Clear the-
boy.
Yeah.
He also says something online already.
Publicly.
But now
Yeah.
this is his
I'll say it,
opportunity
I'll
to
say
say it on video.
what you say about the Dodgers?
So-
I'm very curious now.
To elaborate, I have said
Last
this.
time on Industry Perspective.
I have been very open about my feelings towards the Dodger fan base as a whole, coming from Chicago and attending many Chicago Cubs games. So you stay to the last pitch, and then it's celebration. If they win, if they lose, it's like fuck. All right, go right next door to the bar, whatever.
You're gonna drink either way.
Here in LA, and I don't entirely blame this on the fans, partially because the stadium is sitting on a fucking hill surrounded by this huge ass parking lot. I get why people leave at like the 6th inning, even when their team's winning. My whole thing is like, all right, but if you love the team and you're a fan and this and that, you stay to the end. You stay
Also,
to
they-
the fucking end.
The stadium stopped serving alcohol at the bottom of the 8th or the top of the 9th as well. Which
7th inning stretch is usually when
Yeah.
they stop.
But that's all baseball.
Yeah,
that's all baseball games.
Yeah. So
I know
a lot of them
sports.
leave even before a lot of them leave before the 7th inning stretch. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, this is so lame. I'm here watching the game, watching them win, and half the fucking stands are gone. I'm like, dude, this is so fucking lame. It's stupid. And that's always
However-
been like my sentiment. It's like, okay, you guys aren't real fans.
You ever
then.
been
And
in the
people-
Hollywood Bowl and then left after the concert let out?
I get it. The
Same-
traffic.
same
I
mentality.
totally I
Yeah.
get that part, but still, I still stand on if you're a fan, you stay. Right? Let's fast forward a little bit. Cool, I get it. That's just the atmosphere of here. Fine. Now fast forwarding to the World Series. You know, they won the first game, grand slam, walk off, fucking amazing. A lot of people weren't out partying like that. Okay, cool. And then when it came time to like them closing out
The World Series.
no, not the World Series. The second game here was the second, or it was the third one they lost, right?
The third one they lost in
The
New
third- okay,
York.
yeah,
That was in New York.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, in New York. Yeah.
Okay. So the second one, I was like, oh man, I hope the Yankees win for the reason because we had a lot of out of towners out here. And since the Dodgers fans aren't going to go out because they've been out in LA, it's like, well, if the Yankees fans win, they'll have a reason to celebrate. They'll go experience LA and drink and hang out before they catch their next flight in the morning. That's what I was That's what I was hoping for. Not because, oh, fuck the Dodgers. Just like, no, let these New Yorkers come out and spend their money.
Yeah.
And then go back home. Didn't happen. Dodgers won. Still a quiet ass fucking weekend. Like, what the fuck, dude? You guys are winning. Go out, celebrate.
I will also say though, I saw a thing earlier today, and I remember you saying all of that before and completely agree with you. Like we mostly just want people to go out again.
That's all it is.
That's really all it
I
is.
want y'all to go out again,
Hold on,
but
hold
I
on.
also
Let me
want
finish.
y'all
Let me
to
finish.
act correctly.
Let me finish.
when
Let
you're
me
out.
finish. Let me
But
finish.
hold
Let me
on, but I
finish.
was
Let me
also
finish.
the only reason I interrupted you was because I also saw this, like, someone sent me something a week ago, and it was a map showing all the things that were going on.
Yeah, there was
just
a
on
lot.
Friday night. And I was
Friday
like,
night. It was a crazy ass weekend. There was so many
Oh, yeah, there was
concerts,
that,
games,
The
Kia.
SoFi Stadium had
yeah.
something. The LA Classic, the Intuit Stadium,
Yep. Yeah.
USC
There was a
had a
lot.
game.
Yeah.
There was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of shit.
It was a lot of competition for people going out. So I get it. Wednesday night comes around, games going. They won, and it was like 5 or 10 minutes. I'm like, it's y'all just won the World Series. Why is it so quiet? I'm like,
yeah.
damn, like y'all
Oh, you
don't
just
really.
like-
Oh, it was quiet in the bar. It was
hold
not
on,
quiet
hold
the
on, hold on.
streets.
It was like 8:45 ish. I'm like, damn, it's quiet. Okay, whatever. 9 o'clock rolls around. I'm like, yo, where is everybody? Like, you guys should be celebrating. Why is it so quiet? Yeah, and I'm like, I hear a few honks and woos out there. 5 minutes later, I just pop my head. I'm like, it's fucking quiet again. All right, this is lame. Whatever. Go to my room, and then I start hearing beep, beep, beep. I'm like, oh shit, it's starting, bro. It went. Obviously, we know how it went down. Went crazy. This
It
and
went
that.
crazy.
Y'all
And that's
love
when I
you
had
so-
a-
We
that's-
love us some fireworks out here.
Yeah.
Southern California, I will tell you one
Any
thing.
go crazy.
We are gonna let those fireworks go off on a random Sunday. You
And
think we're not
that's-
gonna go crazy when the
That's
Dodgers
what I-
win
yeah,
the
yeah,
World
that's what I'm
Series
getting to. That's
against
what
the
I'm getting to.
Yankees? They haven't done that since 1981.
He's setting that up.
That's what I'm getting to, and that's one thing that I realized. I'm like, oh, I now understand how LA Dodger fans celebrate the team. It's not so much about going out to show support to be a fan. It's they may not everybody that wears a Dodgers fan may be a hardcore baseball fan or a hardcore Dodger fan or even just a fan, but it's the fact that it's a LA team and
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
y'all show love. Doesn't matter. You're just glad they won. And sure, bandwagoners, this and that. Who cares, right? But it's like, okay, they may not stay to the last fucking pitch, but they are gonna pop out and show the rest of the world. The rest of the world. The rest of the world.
We almost got it. We almost got it. We almost got it.
The rest of the world.
What
happened?
That
I'm down.
It's an ongoing thing.
Are we
That's
supposed to give him an N-word pass?
It's-
no. He does not have a pass.
I don't
but
know
like
if I'm
we're
allowed to
not
get
here.
passes. I'm North African.
There are no passes. However, we've just been teasing.
Oh, you've
that
been trying
he's
to get
going-
that out of him.
Yeah.
So that's
I do that.
He said it in his
We've been
head. I
trying
know
to-
he said it in his
I
head
did-
at least.
hey,
He's just been trying to get that nigga out of him.
Hey, I do that. I do that to my white friends every now and again. I'll be like, "Hey Ben, say nigga."
No.
but that's one
Come on.
thing.
Ain't nobody
that's-
go- ain't nobody
I'm almost
here.
done. Let me finish. God damn it! I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to finish this off. That's one thing I realized. So it's not that I'm necessarily apologizing. It's just I had to realize what my perspective was and how
You hit him with the Shaq.
the Shaq.
I was unfamiliar with your game.
I was unfamiliar with the game, and I was like, okay, that's how you guys celebrate. I now see that the fandom here is different because they can't congregate around the stadium because the city didn't set it up for them to do that.
No.
And it's
No,
not
you
the
can't hang
fans'
out by the
fault
stadium.
because it's just a big ass parking lot. You got to go down the fucking hill, and it takes an hour. I get that.
Yeah.
So you
That's why
show
they end up
your
on Whittier
appreciation.
Boulevard or
exactly,
downtown.
exactly.
You
Yeah.
said it. We
Lock-
need more bathrooms.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We
Yeah.
need more bathrooms.
But here's the other
So-
thing, though. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna wrap it up by saying, like, yeah, LA, you guys definitely.
You respect their fandom?
I respect it. I don't condone the burning of the buses and shit, but
I
like,
salute it, but I don't condone it.
yeah.
hang on.
So yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta
So
walk it
I'm
back
not.
just like we did with everything else I said.
I'm not backtracking on what I said before. I still stand on that.
Okay.
I'm just now saying I have a different appreciation and perspective on how LA gets down with their teams.
Well, I think another thing is, and again, I am not sports guy. Do not go by what. However, in my time that I've been here, I believe there was one year when like the Lakers won, the Kings won, and I think the Dodgers almost won. So it's no disrespect to other cities and their sports teams, but I
We've been
think
fucking
LA
killing it.
LA tends to act like they've been here before.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like not like, yo, cool, another World Series. Don't get me wrong, as I will explain in my story, clearly Friday, like Los Doyers, they came the fuck out. Like it was I still don't really know why it was historical. Sorry, but like
I think it's the 8th win. I don't think any other.
I think it's something about it goes back
more
to
World Series wins than any other baseball team.
There's that, but like
Yankees have the most World
Yankees.
Series.
Yankees have the most.
So it's their 8th. Sorry, it's their
Yeah.
8th. It's their
pandemic win was discredited.
It still happened, but they didn't get to celebrate, and that's why this one was such a big
'cause
deal.
we
People got
yeah.
to actually celebrate it. And you had Freddie Freeman, who hit the first
Grand
Slam walk-off
Oh,
in
bet.
World Series history.
Oh,
So
bet.
that's an LA
I
Dodger.
mean, also, but that Friday was a huge thing because that was the first time in NBA history as well where LeBron and Bronny played together on the same team. This is the first time a father-son duo has ever played in
There's a lot going on
an
that Friday.
NBA game in history, and they won.
Yeah, there's
If
a
the
lot going
I hope
on.
you know that if the Lakers win this year, we are going to wild the fuck
Oh, yeah.
out. The Dodgers and the Lakers in one year.
But that's what I'm saying, like that
Like,
happens in LA.
We've been
not
really
often,
dominant. Yeah,
but
we've
it has
kind of been
happened
really
before.
dominating sports for a cool
Yeah.
minute.
But I will say, throw this in here.
It's got to be some hate.
When the Chicago Cubs won
Oh yeah,
and their parade happened, it was the 7th largest human gathering in history. So just gonna throw that out there.
like going back to the Coliseum. Like what you
Just
mean in history?
overall recorded human history, the Cubs parade was the 7th largest gathering of humans.
Well, I will
They
tell
waited
you
forever for it.
that's
We did. We waited out.
that's fair. That's fair.
So,
that's fair.
I'm not shitting on anything. I'm just throwing.
They
it
had,
out.
to
can't
play,
say-
they had to be very loyal fans. I'll tell you that.
I meant that as a compliment. Like when you've been waiting that long,
Yeah, you
Show the
lucky
fuck
that
out.
that's
yeah.
when you pop out and show niggas.
There you go.
It's the only
Boom.
time you had an
That's the only-
opportunity.
That's your one and only time.
There you go. There you
We
go.
just have so many more
You might not get to
opportunities.
show 'em
do
again.
it. Like,
right.
Yeah.
It's like
Because
let me
when's the
take
last
this-
time
take this
after
fucking
that? Did you
chance.
how y'all been doing ever since? I don't really follow baseball. I only watch the Dodgers games
It's been up and down.
because
I mean,
Yeah.
like all baseball teams.
I'm more of a basketball and football person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow that. I'm a loyal.
Los Dodgers.
Los
Los
Doyers.
gotta get this story.
Yeah, I gotta get this story real quick. So basically,
Tell me about
You
the
got a social
Doyers.
media
so let
video
me,
to do.
yeah, let me explain. So like a lot of shit was going down on Friday, right? So like clearly Los Doyers Wednesday they won. It was great. It was awesome. Personally didn't care, but like I knew that the parade was going on, right? So the parade is going on downtown. My restaurant, Redacted, opens at 11. I think the
that's
parade.
when it started.
11 a.m.
That's
Yeah.
when it
Yeah,
started.
it starts. So like the parade starts at 11. It's probably going to end around noon, and it ends a couple blocks away because I think it was the
Right
Library
here.
of Congress,
Bro,
right?
It ends right here.
The parade ended there,
Yeah.
so it's a block away from Redacted. And I was just like, in my head, I was just like, oh, we might get a little hit, a little pop, whatever. Right, I know. But here's the thing: I'm not a fucking manager. I assume my managers are going to have the foresight to know that the Dodgers parade ends a block away. Maybe, possibly, perhaps we're going to actually get a little bit of a hit. My mind was on a bunch of other stuff because like I also do receive on Friday. So like I came in and did my usual receive a product. So basically the product that we purchased for the bar, I have to basically put it away and stock it and find places to stock it and whatnot. It was like a whole fucking kerfuffle because basically we had like a double receive from a vendor and then some other shit happened where we basically what should have been a 30-minute receive became like a 2.5 hour receive.
God damn.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of fucking it was to the point where like shit was spilling out into the kitchen. Like it was taking up room in the kitchen because it was so much product. And so like I was showing up a little bit later than I usually do for my receive because it's just like I know it takes 30 minutes on Fridays for me to do it, and I show up and I'm like, oh, this is like my like big receive, like it's gonna take a while. And so I basically had to forego my break to continue trying to put stuff away. And so I usually hit the floor because I also started serving tables on Fridays. I wanted to stop. I wanted like, oh, let me get on the floor again. Like I want to like run free with like the servers and like not just bartend. And so I usually hit the floor at 12 and like I was receiving so long and all of a sudden I turn around and it was like 12:05. I'm like, all right, cool. Let me like see what's going on the floor. Holy fucking
Bro, the
shit.
street was packed with people.
Yeah.
Dog. It was just like starting. So like they just are spilling into like our lobby, and like our hostess is like just trying to seat people as fast as fucking possible. But it's only so many tables. Also,
Mind you already have reservations, I'm assuming.
I mean, it's midday, so midday Friday. We don't really have reservations like that. But here's the
Still
kicker:
only so many tables.
there's only so many tables, but also our manager basically did the Friday scheduling by what our normal Fridays are. So literally they push people back that were supposed to come in at like 12:30 and said they don't need to come in until 1. We have 2 bartenders on and a bar back. And the entirety of LA is spilling into our fucking restaurant right now. It was such a fucking shit show. Like literally, I clock in for my serving shift. I just go straight to the host to be like, yo, what do you need? She's like, you got a 9 top, go. And I was just like, all right, cool. Right this way, ladies and gentlemen. It just was like on and popping from there. Like it just was nonstop, just like, and people just spilling in. People didn't care if they had tables. I heard at one point it was a 3-hour wait. We had to close our gate that we used to close at night because we just were out of tables. We were out of reservations. It just was like, we can't take any more.
You can't possibly
Like,
get
there's
any.
just nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing for us to do, and people didn't give a fuck because they just wanted to get around our TVs to see like the ceremony going on at the Dodger Stadium. But this TVs, as what happens in a restaurant or bar, are around the fucking bar. So as I'm in dining, but I gotta go over to the bar and I load up a fucking tray just to drop off drinks,
And it's
beers,
surrounded by
whatever.
people.
Bro, these people would not fucking move. It was like, oh, I'm just here, just watching. It's like, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. The beer's just dying on my tray as I'm trying to like move. And we all said we had not seen anything like, and it just was non-stop for probably like 3-4 hours of people just like spilling into our restaurant. And of course, the other thing
You
I
made
didn't
some
really
money
get,
though, didn't you?
not as much as it wasn't worth it. It was cool. It was like as much as I would have made on a
That's
Friday.
how it always goes.
Yeah.
You have to work so hard and so many things get lost
Yes.
that you can't make the maximum amount of money.
Yeah, because like
no
Because
one-
your maximum
no
amount of
one's
money is
able-
usually in a middle ground. It's not when it's dead, and it's not when it's super busy and packed. It's around that middle ground where you're
Well, it's when
consistently
everything's
going
working
and
the right
when
way.
everything's working the right way,
Everything
and
is
it was
going.
like so
The
much
machine is
shit.
working.
We were catching up so much where like they were like, because at that point they're rushing to just like call servers on. Like y'all ever seen the movie Leon with Gary Oldman when
Leon the Professional.
Leon the Professional,
Oh, yeah.
when they were just like,
Okay.
yo, bring everybody. Wait, what do you mean? Bring everybody! Like that's what the fuck
Hey,
happened.
shout out to Gary Oldman for that role because I love. First of all, I'm a
yeah.
huge Gary Oldman fan.
Yes.
but
Of course,
my man
of
went
course.
in on
Yes.
that role.
Yeah.
He was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I love
Bring
it.
everyone. What do you mean everyone?
That's literally.
Wait, like
It's the way he said it.
Fine.
was
So
really
I
like
literally,
his
it's
face,
funny, like
you mean the
quick
niggas
side
in the
note,
back?
I literally just saw a clip like yesterday about that fucking clip, which is why it was on the top of my head. Apparently that was a throwaway like
Yeah.
take of it. Like he just kind of did that to poke fun and like
Yeah.
make the director laugh, and they were just like, actually we like that take. But like that wasn't like the way he meant for it
some
to
of
make
the
final
best
take.
lines in film and TV came
come
out
like that.
because
Wait, I want him to finish
Yeah,
the
I'm
story.
going.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I want to finish the story.
Yeah.
Hey, redirect the
So
bus
like,
that's
so
not on
basically,
fire.
because we were just so overwhelmed, it was like basically we got like some like people that work in like the back room, like people they've been like moving, like some people that are servers, they were starting to train them to do like the money and do like some of like the back, not back of house, but like the office shit. And like they were coming back from the Dodgers parade, like, nah, bitch, put on a fucking apron, grab a fucking tablet. You taking tables a day. And it just was like that. And then like the other people they had pushed back, they called them in. So like at that point, then they had pulled on so many servers that like where I probably would have picked up a couple more tables. I just had my section, and then like we recently started using Open Table. And so like the way that we tell the hostess that our table is no longer like we need to get sat, like is a whole new thing. Anyway, she didn't know that I had open tables for a while, and I was like, bitch, seat me. And so I didn't get sat for a while. And so yeah, so the money was like cool, but it just wasn't worth the stress of all of that. And it was all because And every time I kept on talking with like the other coworkers, I was just like, guys, how do we not predict the most predictable fucking thing in the world? And they was like, I don't know. I thought so too. I told him to ask for more
I
people.
thought
Yeah. And they were just like the manager
The
who
person who's supposed to be doing the thinking is not doing the thinking.
Yeah, the
it
manager
doesn't matter
from the
if you
previous
as
night-
a server
Yeah.
or a bartender or a bar back is like, yeah, we're gonna be busy tomorrow. Doesn't matter.
it's just like the manager, and the manager had at that time, they for some reason thought that the rush was gonna come until 1. And it just
Why would
like,
the rush not come until 1?
bro,
if the,
I don't
if
know. That's just what they
It starts
said.
at 11. People don't stay for the whole parade.
No, and because everything was moving to the Dodger Stadium, so it just was a fucking shit show. And and then the fucking bar. Like, I love my bartenders, but like motherfucking Ruby's the bar manager. She literally had to go behind the bar, and the 2 bartenders that were there, she was like, "You're moving too fucking slow. You aren't doing anything. Y'all take care of the fucking wood. I'm gonna take care of production." And I'm talking about like literally every time she went to grab tickets, the tickets went on the floor, like just like the length of her body. And then like every time I came to pick up drinks, they had 2 rows of tickets just sitting in front of them. And then finally someone else came in like around 1 and she was helping her out, but like it just was 45-minute ticket times, which that just is what it is. Like,
That's
there was
what's gonna
nothing
happen,
to be
though,
done
if you're
about
that
it.
swamped. Like,
Yeah,
there's
there's
nothing I
nothing
can
to be do
like,
about it.
I can only work so fast.
Yeah, and then
Like-
so I kind of had a strategy where like we give free champagne away to like people waiting, but I would wait until like it was maybe like 20 minutes they had been waiting on their drinks, and then I bring them free champagne. Oh my god, so sorry. Like, God, drink, take them. Yeah. And they were like, oh my god, we appreciate it. So like I kind of like had a strategy to keep them like waiting for it, but it was Dodger-geddon. It was just fucking Dodger-geddon. And we all said, like, we just need shirts that say we survived 11-1-24, because that shit was in fucking sane. Not worth the money that we made, but it just was a fucking experience that no one should ever have to fucking
And I would have assumed that people were hungover from Halloween,
Right.
but no,
they weren't.
they were up and ready.
Well, they rejuvenated for that parade because
Yeah.
like this is the shit. Like, they've been waiting for
but
this
that
thing.
turns into a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
You have to treat that Friday morning like a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Treat it like a brunch crowd who brought their husbands.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Be ready.
Now that
They
we're
was
on
drunk.
brunch,
Be ready
can I tell
for
y'all
it.
how much I hate brunch?
Like,
I am
No,
so
attending or
fuck-
serving it?
brunch. Okay, I'll tell y'all something. First of all, brunch, generally speaking, is the leftover food that the chef couldn't move throughout the weekend. So you're getting bad shit. You're not getting good shit. First, that's to begin with. So
Yeah.
you're not getting good food. Second of all, your staff is most likely hungover
Yes.
from Saturday night because they probably closed and now
And
they're
or
opening
tired.
and they're angry. It's 10 a.m. and you're drinking champagne and eggs. That doesn't sound crazy to you?
Yeah, no.
That don't
like-
sound crazy to you at all? Like,
I fucking love brunch. Fuck you.
I fucking hate brunch.
I fucking
I hate brunch. I hate working brunch.
I hate
do
working
not-
brunch.
I hate
do
working
But
brunch.
I
not
would love to
enjoy
go to a
brunch.
nice
Hate working
brunch. That
No.
is
I
done
don't. I would
No.
never sign up to work brunch.
Yeah,
but like
fuck-
I
But
personally,
Fuck
but I mean
brunch.
a nice brunch that is done correctly.
Yeah.
That is staffed
Fuck brunch,
properly.
bro.
That's
Not
staffed
a
properly.
brunch person.
That has a menu that makes sense to where the ambiance works good. Like if brunch is done correctly, that's why everyone wants to go to fucking
But
brunch.
brunch is usually not done correctly.
But that's the point.
That's what
So
I'm
I
saying.
don't
Like
hate brunch.
most,
I just hate what you've done to it,
yeah, most of
which
your,
leads into what I'm gonna do here. But finish your thing.
most of your deliveries are not coming until Tuesday. So your best food is not happening on a Sunday or Monday. Your best food, your freshest food, your best ingredients, when they're properly stocked up,
I like
doesn't
breakfast.
happen until Tuesday.
and I like alcohol and
breakfast.
I like breakfast and I like alcohol.
I like brunch. I haven't gone to a brunch in a minute, but
What?
I would never work a brunch. Ever.
What are you
I
doing
also
Sunday?
am not a big fan of mimosas.
Love mimosas.
I don't like.
I like a good mimosa.
You know,
So
I
OJ
don't-
fucks my stomach up a little bit, but I've done bottom samosas numerous fucking
I
Sundays.
Yeah.
don't.
I'm
like
with
it.
it. I'm
It's,
with it.
I wanna go to brunch now.
it's a recipe
It's
for
amazing,
fucking
bro.
disaster.
It's a recipe for fun. It just needs to be done right.
Y'all,
That's the problem.
okay. Have y'all ever been to
That's
Saddle
the
Ranch?
problem. Yes.
No, I've
I
heard,
have.
Ever been to Saddle
I've heard
Ranch?
things about
Okay.
it. So
Saddle
no.
Ranch. I had a homegirl who worked at Saddle.
Don't they
Ranch.
let 18-year-olds in there?
Do they? Okay.
That's
Well,
why they're
Allegedly.
that's why
Allegedly.
they're allegedly.
allegedly. Let me
Allegedly.
say.
But that's why
that,
the brunch is fucked up. If you're
Let me
doing
just
brunch
say
for
that
18-year-olds.
Saddle Ranch's brunch gets so messy that they get coffee orders and they get two types of coffees. They get coffee that they're actually serving, and then they get instant coffee packets because they put that on the throw up. Because so many people puke at brunch at Saddle Ranch that they have to buy boxes of instant coffee to pour on the puke so they can sweep it up. Does the same thing as cat litter. That's the type of shit you experiencing at brunch.
Okay, so don't go to brunch at places that allegedly serve 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Just don't go to brunch.
pick-
I want
pick the
y'all.
right
I want y'all to
No, I
be
want
better
to
than
go
brunch.
I want
No, pick a brunch and don't post about
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop
I know,
blowing
right?
these brunches up.
Yes.
Gatekeep it.
All right.
Gatekeep.
Yeah,
the good
gatekeep
brunch.
brunches,
Yeah.
yo.
Gatekeep brunch.
Y'all can have
brunches.
it. Y'all can have it. Listen. I'm gonna die on this hill. I am not a fan of brunch.
Oh, that's fine.
Y'all
That's
invite
fine.
me to brunch.
That's fine.
And I don't really want to go.
After you die on
I
that
don't
hill,
wanna
we will
fucking-
toast you at brunch.
At brunch.
We will toast
enjoy
you.
it. You enjoy it
And the
with
food-
that dirt
the food
cheap.
hammer.
Hey, you enjoy it with that dirt cheap champagne.
That's fine.
And the fucking
I'm a dirt
half-ass
cheap
orange
nigga.
juice.
Bro,
And also
you're not-
the food menu that is based around leftovers.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the
Enjoy it.
only time I like leftovers.
You're making me feel great about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I want to go to brunch
I'm glad.
right now.
I'm
good
glad
about
y'all
that.
But I
feel good
want
about
the
it. I am
proper
These,
about
brunch.
it.
these are the same people that eat the dead food that sits in the fucking window.
Yes.
Yeah, leftovers.
Absolutely.
No problem. Yeah.
Nigga,
Not
I'm a
brunch fan.
leftover.
I am. What's crazy is I'll fuck with dinner leftovers any day. Brunch is where I draw the line.
Nah,
not
man.
a fan.
I much prefer
Not
day
fucking
drinking, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
gonna-
home by
I
6
love day
p.m.
drinking.
Yeah.
and just can take a nice little nap and
Wake
then
up and
wake
feel
up,
fine.
take a snack, and then go back to sleep.
Honestly, if we really reverse the way that we do working in this country, we would probably be happier.
Not a big fan of day drinking either.
Damn.
I'm not trying to take a nap in the middle of the day,
Nigga,
bro. I
what
got
do
shit to
you
do.
like?
I like drinking at nighttime.
That's
Like
fair,
a
so
normal
do I.
adult.
But
After
he's-
I'm done, like,
fair.
Also, you also
fair.
worked afters, so like
Yeah.
this
yeah, I'm a
is
night
different
person. I'm a
lifestyle.
night like
Yeah.
I think that's probably it too because
I
I'm a
could
big night
never
person. The
do
idea of
afters.
waking up
I've done
early
afters
is
a
crazy.
couple times. It's
But like, I definitely could
fun.
never work afters.
yeah.
Oh, I
no,
don't-
that's what
I don't
mean.
wanna
I've
do that
worked
shit.
afters
You work-
a couple
yeah.
Oh, I
times.
don't want to do that
It's
shit again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to go. I don't want to work it. I don't want to be
Yeah, I
around
don't
it.
pay for it.
I don't even like the word after. How about right now? I don't. Nah. Let's talk
I
about.
hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
I hate everything about it.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right.
Yes.
I got this video, but I need to stop this first.
Okay.
So this is something that one of my friends, they didn't send me this, but they put me in a position to where the next thing I scroll to helped me see this. And while
Actually, that's
this,
such a wide squat. That's a very
that's
strange
not
stance.
what we're doing. This is actually where I'm leaving it so that you don't see what I'm loading.
Oh, okay, 'cause
This
I'm
was
just like-
this was just a perfect. thing to
He's
leave it on.
legitimately setting up the video he's
Exactly.
gonna show us.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I say that this is not a service industry thing, but I wish it was in a way, and I will explain afterwards. All right. Sound on.
Well, this man will do it for you.
Yes,
I heard
I
about
just
him.
heard about this guy.
Yes. Yeah.
I need a job with this man, bro. I want this job. Like,
Complaints are completely anonymous. So all you have to do is go to his website, OCDA official, and he's gonna take action for you.
She be fucking you, and you be fucking him. Turn it on in.
Oh.
You don't come out here like you want to be. This is a new generation. White people don't run after you. We damn sure ain't scared of you.
Okay.
No, get out. Look, he is racist. That's it.
for real.
That's my favorite part.
Hey, this is my dog right here.
Gave employees raises in years. The white employees get treated better and paid more. Skin flaky like an icicle.
How much would you pay to see your boss get cussed out by a black man? I'm Tiarka with the T. Follow for more.
Yeah.
Man,
Definitely
God.
wish I knew
Yes.
about him
Yeah.
a lot
See,
earlier.
I
Definitely
be
wish I knew
cussing
about
out
him
my
earlier.
manager fairly regularly.
Like as of now.
Yes. So
Okay.
like we got into an argument the other week on the floor because he does this thing when we get busy where he gets nuclear. You can't be anywhere near him. You can't tap him. You can't say anything to him. I'm busy. So then I started yelling at him, and then he started yelling at me on the floor. And then I'm like, let's go to the back. And then we start yelling at each other in the back. He's like, so what do you want from me? I'm like, I want you to be a fucking manager and not a busy bartender when I need you to be. I don't need a busy bartender. I need a manager to come handle business, and you are not capable of doing that.
Yep.
I do that shit.
What did he say?
He walked out. He heard me say that, and then he was like, I don't even care, bro. And I'm like, get the fuck out of my face, bro. And I turned around, and he walked away, and he was like, I don't even care, bro. And then the next day he apologized.
Did he agree to manage?
Oh no, he
himself
didn't.
better?
He still does the same shit.
Oh,
It doesn't change anything.
So there
It
was
just
no
felt
resolve.
better that I got it off my chest on behalf of all the staff.
Yeah.
That you be on some bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like, we get busy almost every single night. When we're busy and I need a manager because I'm an employee, I'm not a manager. So I need your manager number to do some shit. If I need to comp something or void something, I need you to do it. But how am I supposed to do that when you made yourself busy? First of all, you put yourself at the busiest well. You stack your orders with 4 or 5 different people from 4 or 5 different things. And the second anybody comes anywhere near you, you take up the space of 3 people and you're nuclear. I can't even fucking tap you before you fucking spaz out and freak out.
I would say that's also, we talked about this before, but isn't that kind of on the owner for like having hired someone to take on 2 or 3 jobs as opposed to hiring someone that could just be a manager and also hiring
Regardless,
a bartender?
that's not my fucking problem.
Right, but that's what I'm
You
saying. This
need
is the
to manage
issue.
your life better, bro. You are stressed out every time we get busy. We get busy almost every single shift.
Yeah.
So
He needs to take away his bartending, like,
There's-
management.
go to a different well. Go to a well that isn't as busy. Don't put yourself at the apex well that's gonna get hit with the most traffic, knowing that you also need a bartender.
What's he trying to prove?
I think it goes back to a little competition that we had about who was gonna make the most sales every night.
Oh,
And
it
that
ain't
was-
just that. That's just his.
So
ego.
that's where we
just
began.
his ego.
We always had this, like, for a while we were like, oh, who makes the highest sales? And it would be me routinely. I'm fast and I'm not encumbered by personal feelings or whatever. I'm just working. I'm here to, you're next. What do you want? I want to crank it out. I want to crank out the sales as fast as possible so I can get the highest tip out.
But you also know that depending on where you're working, that's what the customer is actually asking for. Because that's why your well isn't just backed up, but it is the busiest. That's the thing. You have the highest sales, but you don't always look the busiest as far as having a line.
Yeah.
But you bring in the most money in that situation. But you bring in that money because everyone comes to you because they say, I'm gonna get my drink fast.
Yeah. And I'm not
Am I gonna have a good
and this guy
interaction
is not
with him?
gonna and this guy is not gonna scream at me
Right.
or have a temper tantrum
Right.
or whatever.
Or just that you gave them what they needed. And so I can get back to doing whatever it is that I was doing over there. I'm coming to you because I want that service.
Yeah.
Whatever service it is you gave to me, I'm going to come back repeatedly.
Yeah.
That night, that week, that month, that year.
And if they, yeah,
And that's
and
what
if they're
you do.
repeat customers,
And
they're
that's-
gonna know
exactly,
that they can get
and
it.
that's what you bring. So that is, to answer P's question, what were they trying to prove? People like that are just trying to prove their worth. But the work, your work ethic proves your worth.
Yeah.
Period. If you have the work ethic, it will be recognized. It will be understood. It will be appreciated. But you trying to make yourself feel important because you need to fill a hole within yourself is never going to work, man.
No,
Not in
I
this
mean, and
industry.
also like I feel like some people they let this job become their life.
Yes.
You can't let like this is a job. You clock in, you do your job, you clock out. When I'm off the clock, when we get off of work and we're going to somebody's house to hang out and smoke weed or go to a bar and hang out, I don't want to sit there and listen to you bitch about, oh, the owners did this and the manager did this and it.
come here and do that.
That don't matter to me. I don't want to sit around and talk about work after I just got off of work. I definitely don't want to sit around and talk about work on my days off. But
Unless you're on this show.
Unless you're here.
I know, unless I'm here. but also I don't want to. I also don't tend to hang out with a lot of my coworkers outside of work.
That's fair.
I have learned the separation. Rob knows I have a tendency
What's your
to
tendency?
spend a lot of time with coworkers when I should. And now I
Sounds like you're
finally,
my spirit animal.
yeah, and now I finally
Oh,
freed
that was
myself.
the wrong one. Sorry.
I finally
That
freed
was
Sounds like the right one. That sounds like the right one.
It was the Law and Order theme song.
Oh, I'm gonna say, give me the bell.
It felt
I
right.
want the bell.
It felt right.
But yes,
These
so
are the
right.
cases.
I was
people
gonna
in
say
the
anything.
industry do
Yeah.
not hook up or date their
Nope.
coworkers.
Why
And
not?
I am the wrong person to say this because I've done it so many times. But as somebody with experience behind this, I'm telling you, don't do it.
I mean, for everyone
Bad
that says
idea.
you shouldn't shit where you eat, do you not shit at home? You gotta shit somewhere.
I'm not saying shit in the kitchen, but
Right.
like
At least I
fair.
chose the bathroom.
Yeah. Sit in the bathroom, preferably in the toilet,
Yeah, not on the floor.
not on the
not on the
floor.
floor. Make sure you aim,
Yeah.
or you get the timeout chair.
So for that, like part of why I wanted to bring that video up is because there's something I've been wanting to say for a while, and I just wanted to find the right way to say it. And you led up to that, where you talk about how this particular person goes nuclear, or how this person is supposed to be working their job. It's not your job. If you're the manager, then you manage. If you're the bartender, you bartend, so forth and so on. And so I just want to say to a special person out there, my brother.
We're talking about you.
Oh yeah, we're
If you're listening, we talk. Point at the camera.
Yeah, this
we
one, we're
talking about
pointing at
you.
My brother. What did you call him? You know who we're talking about. That one special someone that folded.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about.
No, we're
but
gonna
folded is
I call
crazy.
We're gonna go there.
Oh,
What do we
I
call him?
I call them laundromat.
Yeah. So
Why did you call him laundromat? Because of the folding?
no, you said it perfectly.
Oh, you want me to explain?
Yeah, please.
Oh yeah. Well, do you want me to say his name?
Please.
No,
don't.
you've already called
You
him
already-
laundromat.
no,
That's
you
already
fine.
did.
We're gonna leave
But
the
why
names
do we
out.
call him laundromat?
Yeah, because he folded like some laundry. I mean,
Yeah, like dirty laundry.
dirty laundry.
Dirty laundry.
Just folded.
It is in my opinion, the quintessential version of someone who tries so hard to be something that they're not. And when I say that, I say how earlier we talked about celebrity bartenders or people who just want everyone in the room to let them know how special they are. Some people just try so hard to be special instead of just being themselves, which is what makes you special. And that would be
Bell.
the
That's the one. That's a line.
the reason why that ties into this for me is because I wish I could have hired that motherfucker back then while they still work there, because I had a conversation and said, hey, so by the way, your team thinks you suck. I think you suck. But only because you don't work with your team. You don't do anything to take care of your team. You don't do anything to make your team feel seen, heard, and appreciated. So what are you doing as far as a manager? Yes, I'm talking about you, but I'm using you to speak to other people out there who act like you, who think that because they get a title, it makes them something. The title doesn't make you. Your actions make you. And I mean that for every manager, every owner, everyone who's in a position of power. Remember that you only have the power if the people following you believe in you. You have to instill belief in those people who follow you. If you are the owner of a restaurant or bar, you have to instill belief in that bar or restaurant that your employees want to come there. Because we come there to work with each other for the most part. Like you said, sometimes you shouldn't hang out with people. And I know I shouldn't have hang out with people or this and that. But really, what really brings us to work all the time in this industry is that we love who we work with.
Yeah.
Even if we don't love where
It's
we
a
work.
it's a camaraderie thing. I think.
Yeah. And too
'cause
many
I
people
could've
take advantage of
Yeah,
it.
because there's a couple places I could have easily left before I did, and because listen, I've been in the game for almost 10 years. I have plenty of experience. I can find another job whenever the fuck I want.
All right.
Some of these places I stuck around just because the environment is cool. But don't get it twisted. The second my money starts getting fucked up, or I'm just noticing shady behavior from owners, I'm a dip.
Yeah.
Mind you, I still have some homies that I've worked with that I no longer work with that I still hang out with. But at the end of the day, you're right. We do tend to hang out. A lot of times we're creatures of habit. We'll stick around to a spot just because it's familiar.
All right.
And because we're cool, like, and we're friends with the people who are around us. The bullshit that you know is easier to put up with than the bullshit that you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was a bar.
Absolutely.
That was a bar.
Absolutely. And I just want to say to those owners, those restaurant and bar owners and those managers, you need to start thinking about these establishments the same way as a relationship, and think about how do you cultivate a healthy relationship to where your employees and your customers as well want to continue coming back. Like they come there for a reason. But if you take away all the things that made them come there in the first place, all the things that made them feel comfortable, they're not going to want to be there anymore. And you also got to pay attention to who you're hiring. Really dig into your hiring practices, like what other investors that you bring in, what other managers or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought about this a while back, and me and Pierre talked about it, and I told him that the way it felt while working at that place, it felt like yeah, and we're almost done.
Yeah.
But it felt like you have someone that you hook up with. Like, you got that one that's like your main, but y'all ain't in a relationship. But you're like your situationship, right?
Shout out to the situation.
Shout out to him. Which
you ever hit maybe to an event? Now you can do that with someone's heart.
God damn,
that's what a situationship is, bro.
Shit,
it's living in a soft launch era for forever.
It is, man. It is. And part of what made me think about that was that a lot of times those situationships happen is because you're like, oh, I'm not where I need to be right now. One person or the other, whatever, I'm not where I need to be. So then sometimes you're working in a place that it fits you or it fit you at a time.
And you've grown out of it.
Right. Or maybe you haven't grown into it yet, but you want to be able to commit so much to this. You want to be able to be 10 toes into that establishment, but it doesn't pay your bills.
But it doesn't do anything.
Or it doesn't make you happy or whatever it is that it may be. So then you're like, all right, man, I'm not ready to commit to this 100%, this and that. And both sides are used
or
to
they
it.
replace you with 3 people because you need to take 2 weeks off to do a play.
Exactly.
Which
leads me to this part. Sometimes the replacement can get your ass pregnant and then you're fucked. I mean that on both sides. Sometimes the guy, you try to find a replacement, next thing you know, you got a kid on the way. Sometimes a girl tries to find a replacement, next thing you know, they get knocked up. But it's never the same afterwards.
No.
Ever. It's never the same. And what that felt like to me was I watched somebody else come in and get my bitch pregnant. And I was like, how fucking dare you ruin this fucking venue for me? Because it's never going to be the way it was before. That venue was different before I got there, but when I got there, there was an energy around that place. People love to come in there, even if they love to come in there because of they heard how it was in high school. Whatever it is, like, whatever it is, it's that vibe of like, oh, I love being in this place. This is why I'm here. This is why I pay more to drink when I can buy a whole bottle at home. But then you get owners or managers who want to hire someone because they think, oh, this person isn't giving me exactly what I want. They don't do everything I ask them to do as a server or a host or whatever, or a bartender. They don't give me what I want. So let me replace them with 3 people. And the next thing you know, your ass gets knocked up and you're like, and hey, now you come back to work.
Nope.
Like,
nope. Not after you treated me.
No more.
No.
Or you go out like one of those 3 people. Oh, you go out and have a kid.
Yeah.
Like say I'm trying to keep this even for both sides. I don't want to equate this like metaphor or anything to be like one-sided. Like for real, it does feel like that because it is a relationship. When you pick a bar or a restaurant, you love that place. You love the people who work there. That's why you pay your money to go there. And then you walk in and you see a bunch of motherfuckers. And you're like, who are these niggas?
Yeah.
I don't
I
want to
don't
give
know.
them
I
my
don't
money. I
recognize
don't know
none of
you.
y'all.
Oh,
Where is my guy who I've known for 2 years?
yeah.
He left. Oh, I'm gonna go hit him up and find out where he's working at now because
Yeah.
I'm here to hang out with him.
Or what's that one server or bartender and she can run the whole room by herself
Yeah.
and can handle everybody. I come here for her.
Yeah.
Oh, you made it to where she don't want to work here no more? Don't put a baby in my bitch. Like, no,
like-
I came here for that.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I didn't have a big joke for this. I really just had like a real feeling of just trying to pull this together as far as why people go out. Why do people come to the places that we work in? They come in to feel whatever it is they're not getting at home. Don't take that away from someone because you're like, well, I don't like what you're doing, so let me hire someone else. The person you hire can fuck up your whole fucking place for 9 months, bro. And beyond. Like, think further ahead of what it is you want your business to be. Think of what your long-term plan is. And also think of what you are and what your customer base is as well. Don't say I want to be this, but the only people who come to this establishment is this. Because the only way you can flip that is by shutting down completely and doing a revamp.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to do that. They want to change the tires on a moving car.
Yeah.
You know, every time.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I mean, I would even say it's even worse sometimes when this is like what happened at Gulp. A place closed down, they came in, and they just opened right away. The problem here is that now you have the same problems that caused the other place to close down, and now you're inheriting those, and you are also bringing on your own problems.
Right.
Because you're always going to have problems, especially with a bar opening.
Absolutely.
Especially with a restaurant or bar opening, anything new, you're gonna have unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah.
So for you to go in there with problems that are already built in, that tap problem of it being too cold or not being cold enough, that was already a problem, and that's what caused the previous place to close down.
Yeah.
You ain't address it. So now you're
Fix
coming
it.
in
Yeah.
Yep.
and you're bringing, like, you're inheriting the old problems and you're creating new problems. And it's a spiral effect. That's why it doesn't exist anymore.
And that's
why it's a fucking Sephora now. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
yeah, they're selling makeup,
selling makeup.
now. Selling
They sell
Fenty.
makeup now. They had full kitchen, all the ovens, the
36 taps,
stoves, like,
38 taps.
something crazy.
Yeah.
And now,
And a full sushi bar, like a full
full-on
sushi
sushi
bar.
bar.
So that place had all of that life, and now, and not to disparage like just selling makeup. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure they make money. I'm just saying
yeah.
that.
But you're
room
not
was
utilizing the
so
space for
full
what
of
it was
life.
built for.
It
And now
could
you
have
flipped it.
like I remember when Redacted opened because it was probably like a year
No,
or
we
two.
already said it. We done already told ourselves on it.
No. What?
Same spot?
No, I'm talking about where I work
Oh,
at now.
okay.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like when Redacted opened, like 2 years after Gulp had opened, I remember thinking to myself, like, damn, that, like the way that opened, that should have been what Gulp was. But because of the location, the way it was ran, everybody there kind of
The
had
owner's ego,
some type of
that was the
beef
big problem,
about like
too.
working there. We were never able to become and bring in the people that Redacted was bringing. Because when Redacted opened, it was just flood. Like everybody wanted
But
to
they
go.
also-
Oh, it's open. Like, oh,
They
that's a
also
place
had
to
another.
be.
They have another location too.
They have a bunch of
all
locations.
the way
Yeah.
the one specifically that I remember. It's like all
Woodland
the way up.
Hills. Yeah.
That's the one. Okay.
Yeah, they have a bunch of locations.
It's
Yeah.
somewhere. Listen, I don't really hang out in the valley.
It's fine.
I mean, I don't like to go above the 10th freeway in general. So
but yeah, but managers fucking suck.
Yeah.
managers fucking suck.
Yeah.
Okay. We can leave it at managers fucking suck.
Yes.
But as is our custom, we need your red flags because we're
My
over,
red flags?
Yeah, we're over the limit. I'm gonna set you up on this,
Okay.
but we need your red flags. As a guest of the pod, we, as our listeners know, we always like to ask, what are your red flags for customers and what are your red flags for coworkers?
Oh,
And I
okay.
feel like if we could get both of those, it'd be a good way to end it off. for tonight.
So red flag from a customer. This goes back
Thank
to
you
our
for starting
quote.
the customers first.
That goes for my quote right here.
Yes.
Don't ever ask me what the cheapest thing here is. Because it's you.
Yep.
You ain't got the fucking money to be here. What do you? Oh, how much is this? Or how much is a mixed drink? How much is a beer? Get your ass home and get a 6-pack of White Claws and watch Netflix because you do not have the money to be here. If you're that concerned over $20, you got bigger financial problems and you should not be here. If anything, if you're not gonna go home, get another job, you fucking brokey. Go DoorDash or something. But don't come up to me and ask, what's the cheapest thing in this bar? You
Yeah.
are the cheapest thing here. Big red flag.
God damn.
Don't ever,
One more.
one more.
Please.
Don't
One
ever
more
ask me
gunshot.
for a Long Island. Don't ever ask me for a Long Island iced tea. Every single time I met anybody who orders a Long Island iced tea,
It's a problem.
you don't really like drinking. You want to be drunk for the cheapest. You're going to become a problem later. You probably won't tip. And you're probably going to lose control later and get into a fight or pick up shit off the ground or do something crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's
Long
definitely
Island
a Long
iced
Island
tea
move.
drinkers.
Yeah.
You are the lowest common denominator at the bar. Gunshot. That
God
one.
damn.
Yeah, he called his own gunshot.
Yeah.
So what's your red flag for coworkers?
Okay, so everybody knows this one coworker. There's always the one coworker who's constantly traveling and going out and complaining about not having any money and being broke. And they're also the same person who always wants first cut.
This is fair.
You
That's
know
fair.
exactly who you are.
These are big facts.
Not just one of you. I know at least 8 of you motherfuckers. You go out all the time, you blow your money all the time, you're spending money constantly. And and then you come to work and you bitch and moan about being broke all the fucking time, and you haven't worked a full shift in years. That's a problem, bro, because this is also going to be the same problem. This is going to be the same problem person who's going to be lazy with their clothes if they even fucking do it.
Or the open.
Yeah.
Or the open.
Or the open.
Yeah.
Or transition.
Yeah.
Literally, the whole shift we could do without you.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd rather just do it myself.
Right.
At that point.
just let me have the money that you clearly don't need, even though you bitch that you need it. Let me just take the cut, go home. Let me
Yeah.
just do this job.
Yeah.
That's
people that complain about needing money but always want to get cut is just it's an oxymoron.
It is an
common
oxymoron.
thing. It's a common thing too. Like, it's not just like, this isn't just the one person that I currently work with who does that. I know a lot of people who do that at multiple locations. Don't complain to me about not having money. I see pictures of you in fucking Spain or Chicago or wherever. You got a fresh tan. All like literally you go out every single night. You broke, but you're not broke, and you want to take first cut. What are we doing here? It's a major red flag in customers.
I thought we were talking about coworkers.
My bad. I said coworkers. I'm talking shit about
Yeah,
the
you're a
coworkers.
little too involved in your customers' lives.
Right?
Yo, honestly,
one
and
up-
what else do you have as we close out?
Okay.
We're just gonna
One-
let you close this out. Let's go.
Listen, one last red flag with coworkers.
All right.
Y'all cocaine problem. Y'all be doing too much fucking cocaine. I know.
Really?
Yes.
Them?
Who?
Huh? They the one? Okay. All right.
Okay. Listen, I get it. Y'all like to have fun. Y'all like to party. Shit. Sometimes I be partaking in shit, but y'all be getting shit. Y'all get that in the way. I don't like working with coworkers who are like twitchy and you don't know what you're doing.
Nigga,
If
you
wanna
just twitched your shot all over yourself.
a little bit. We move forward. Some of y'all just do too much fucking cocaine and you're letting it take over your whole lives. Just do it after work. Don't be high during shift.
Do it
You're
after
sweating and gritting your teeth and you're being weird around guests. Get it the fuck together. That's what I want to close it out on.
All right.
Stop doing so much fucking blow.
Get it the fuck together.
Get it the fuck
Get it
together.
the fuck together.
All right, guys.
Cheers. Salud.
As
Salud.
always, like and
Cheers to the
subscribe,
staff.
and
Cheers to the staff. Cheers.
Ooh, I like that. Cheers to the
Oh,
staff.
thanks, Rob, for leaving me hanging. That's cool.
Nope.
Shit.